To the 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame class. CC's comments on X were, I wouldn't be here this moment without Harold Reynolds. After the 2017 season, I was contemplating retirement, and it was he who pushed me to strive for the Hall of Fame, knowing what it would take to make it. 3,000 plus strikeouts, 250 plus wins, everything. One conversation changed my whole trajectory, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Harold. Breaking news in the NFL, the New York Jets have hired Aaron Glenn to be their next head coach. Glenn was previously the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, and his contract is expected to be about 5 years. Number 13, Texas A&M won in dramatic fashion over number 16, Ole Miss, 63-62. Manny Obasaki hit a three with 14 seconds remaining, and the Rebels did not have an answer. Locally in the Royal rivalry, the Dukes of JMU owned Old Dominion by a score of 74-60. The Monarchs turned the ball over 13 times, giving up 15 points off of turnovers. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. With myself, Suave, and Johnny D, let's get to it.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
All right, good stuff. Great to be back with you. It is a Thursday edition. The Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A reminder, you could follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram on Morning Drive Johnny D, and we are broadcasting live and in living color this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Fantastic program laid out for you today for our listening audience. Again, be careful out there at Hampton Roads. A balmy 24 degrees this morning, a lot of ice. Suave, how was the ride in this morning? I am, of course, broadcasting virtually this morning. And look, full transparency, because I know I'm going to get people at our radio audience that go, Johnny, what is your deal, dude? You are from New York. This is nothing. You should have no issue getting to the studio on a regular basis. Full transparency. Ahead of time, I was scheduled to be remote this week. I got some work getting done at the house. Look, I got some work getting done at the house, and I had already gotten approval from the powers that be that I was going to be broadcasting from home. The weather is just kind of a cherry on top of the sundae, right?
Yeah.
It's just been a benefit for yours truly to not have to get out of the house and warm up the car in 22-degree weather. But how was the ride in this morning, Swap?
It was really good, honestly, y'all, because let me tell y'all something. Woo! People can't drive. Can I tell y'all that? People cannot drive. I see someone like they was trying out for Fast and Furious 20, and he learned how to Tokyo drift going towards, like, when we come to a Newtown Road. His car went just like this, y'all. It went this way, went that way, and he went this way.
Oh God!
And then he straightened up.
So did he do it on purpose?
I hope not.
No,
he
did not do it on purpose.
No, he says
what
Tokyo
type of
Drift.
comment is that?
He says Tokyo Drift. The first thing that pops into my mind is, watch this, guys.
No, I know he was. I say he was trying out because the way his car turned. And you know me, I'm the type of person. I drive, I look at you, and I just
You side eye, huh?
Side eye. I give him that Johnny D look, okay, and then walk right out.
Jeez, did he do it on purpose? What's wrong with you?
Everything,
man. So, of course, if you are out and about this morning, if you got to get to work, we appreciate you listening to the program. But please, for the love of all holy, be careful out there. Look, a lot of great conversation on the table today. 7 o'clock hour, we will start to dive into a little bit more the conference championships coming up this weekend, Kansas City, Buffalo, and, of course, the big one up in Philadelphia with the Philadelphia Eagles hosting your Washington Commanders. We'll get into that. 8 o'clock hour, our Pizza Pick segment brought to you by Shore Break. A friend of the program, Soren Petro, live from Kansas City, will tell us why the nation is still in love with Patty Mahomes, albeit I think we're starting to go to the other side. So we'll talk more about that. And then 8:45 this morning, Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports, is scheduled to join us to give us his best bets for the weekend that is. Last night, though, a tough loss last night for ODU there, Suave. They take it on the chin to James Madison last night. And look, I know the snow played a little bit of a factor in the crowd that was expected at Chartway. I did check it out on the ESPN Plus last night, and props to our boy Scotty Jackson on the call last night. Mike Jones' suit, did you see it, Suave? Look, they may have lost the game, but our boy, our coach, looking good. I mean, he went Carolina blue, did he not, J-Lo,
Yes,
last
yes,
night?
he
he did.
You went a
That's
little
phenomenal.
Carolina blue?
Yes.
It was phenomenal. Had a great look. It did not go double-breasted either. Just, I think, went straight with kind of the blazer
Yep. That's
look.
correct.
But, got a couple of comments last night. Some buddies texted me and said, what do we got to do at ODU to be relevant again? And it's hard to argue. And look, I am a big fan of Coach Jones. I think he's going to do some tremendous things at Old Dominion talking about their men's basketball program. I really do. I think he is probably 2 years away from getting the right type of kid in. You got to remember, this was sort of a Jeff Jones stepping down. He comes in. Are you able to recruit the type of players you want to recruit? It's going to take a couple of years to get in his type of kid. But I'll start with you, J-Lo. You were at the game last night. What was the environment? What were people talking about in the crowd? Because anytime JMU comes to town, it's a big-time event, number
It means
one.
a little bit more.
But now that I'm looking, we're over in football, over in basketball, which is never a good look against that team from the north.
Nope. No, I can tell you one thing. At least some of the crowd around me, they were not happy. The crowd's getting very impatient. I can tell you right now, ODU was turning the ball over so much. It seemed every offensive drive, oh, it goes off of your leg. Oh, terrible pass. And I got to say, that really tall guy, the one that wears the mask, John, I can't remember his name. He's from Canada. Man, he is just terrible. He was getting dominated all night long in the paint. You saw it all night long. It was a mismatch, whoever he was covering. He's 7 foot, but he has no weight to him. Just no defense, turning the ball over, can't make a basket for nothing. Just overall, man, I don't know. The crowd was not very happy. It was a solid crowd, I'd say, better than some of the other games, but still a lot of empty seats. The student section was pretty good, but, they're all sitting. They don't have a clue what's going on.
Well, the student section should be packed. I don't even think they were at school yesterday. So the student section, and that's the one beauty about having a facility right there on campus.
Yeah.
You should be able to pack it.
Every night.
I'm not understanding why they don't get more students to the game, number one. Number two, look, defensively, not bad. What'd you give up, 64 last night? To James Madison, which I don't know how good James Madison is this year. I will say this, though, offensively, there are times, Suave, where ODU looks really bad offensively. I mean, they look really bad.
Bad.
And you start to get
by a basket.
Yeah, and you start to get into the Sun Belt there, Suave, and, teams know what you're going to do. It's all about execution at this point.
So it goes back to that question that we asked before, which was when would they ever return back to, I guess, dominance or glory, whatever you want to call it. My question, once again, is when this ever happened? 20, 30 years ago? Okay. So we'll just keep on waiting, being patient.
I don't even think we're talking about dominance or glory. I think it's just talking about relevance, right? It's talking about relevance. I do give credit. I do give credit. I did read, I think it was last week, average attendance in the Sun Belt in basketball. ODU is at the top. They are number one, I believe, in average attendance. But you do look at some of the teams in the Sun Belt and you go, well, I hope so, with some of the schools that we're talking about. But that's not, Suave, the matchup that a lot of people are talking about from last night. There was a bigger matchup, a bigger head-to-head last night at the game that a lot of people are talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh, please inform me. Anticipation mounts.
The bigger matchup was
hobby right here.
Well, what do you mean it's a hobby? It's again.
Hobby. It's a hobby.
You came on before the show today, and we were talking about ODU last night because I did not get a chance to go in person, but I watched it on TV, and it was on ESPN Plus. And Billy Mann was on the call, with Scotty Jackson, who does the afternoon show, of course, on Priority Auto, Sports Radio 94.1, our sister station. Scotty's been doing it for a long time. He does the post game for the Washington Commanders, and he does some play-by-play on ESPN Plus for ODU. So I was checking it out last night, and Scotty does a tremendous job as always. And I give Scotty credit for the simple fact of you got to generate a little bit of enthusiasm with a team that's scoring in the 50s. I'm checking out. Like, I couldn't do it. Yeah. I would be so frustrated on these broadcasts if I had to do play-by-play again, which back in the day, believe it or not there, J-Lo, I did do a little bit of play-by-play.
A little bit,
I
huh?
did. Yeah, I did my toe into the play-by-play.
I
couldn't. No, I was not a Monty. I can guarantee you. I was more of a Bob Uecker. I was less of a Monty. Nice. But I do give Scott credit for having to generate his own enthusiasm during games like this. And then J-Lo Suave tells me that he had an opportunity to introduce himself to Scott Jackson last night for the first time. Correct, J-Lo? First time you met Scott?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've talked over the phone, but I've never met him in person.
But in person?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So then my question was, how did it go? J-Lo's responses. J-Lo's responses. I'm not really good talking to people in public.
Well, that wasn't my initial response. That's what I said later. That's not my initial response.
What was your response?
I think I said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, it was really quick." I was sure that he wanted to get out. I mean, he, like you said, had a long day calling terrible basketball.
Yeah. So Suave again. We talked about this with J-Lo at what, the Commanders, or was it at? Yes. I forget where it was. It was at the Commanders.
Yes.
Where he had interactions with a couple of the play-by-play guys, and one of them, Tom McCarthy, I believe it was, wanted nothing to do with J-Lo. Wanted nothing to do with J-Lo. Why are you bothering me? We have another instance where he is trying to introduce himself to the voice of ODU basketball, Scott Jackson. Did Scott Jackson blow you off? That's what I want to know. Let's be honest here. Or was it more of J-Lo, the wrong place at the wrong time again?
I think it was more of J-Lo being at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't want to make it sound like he did, because he didn't blow me off. I don't want to make it sound bad on Scott Jackson. It wasn't bad at all. I don't know. Wrong place, wrong time.
So why do you continue to want to introduce yourself to people while they're doing prep work 5 minutes before a kickoff?
Oh, no, this is after the game. After the game.
No, and this is after the game. So let me get this straight. After the game, where he's already been at the arena probably doing his radio show in the afternoon. So he's been there since 2 o'clock. Think about this, right? Tip-off was 7 o'clock. Pre-game starts at 6:30. He does his show starting at 3, which means he's been at Chartway since 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Correct.
He's already got to deal with the road conditions are going to be hazardous. He doesn't have any post-game responsibilities as far as going into the locker room and getting sound and cutting it up and all that stuff. So all he's thinking about is, it's been a long day. I've been here for 7, 8, 9 hours. What time did the game end last night?
Like 9 to 9:30, right around there.
So we'll just say 9:30.
9:30.
9:30. We'll say 9 o'clock-ish. So he's been at Chartway for 7 hours already. He's got to drive 20 minutes home. You decide after the game, I'm going to stick around and hold this man up just to introduce him. When, by the way, I am in the same studio he is in every single day. Every single day.
Yeah, I just introduced myself really quickly. That's all. I don't know.
That's it? Okay.
That's all.
All right.
It's
Suave.
Simple. I don't
Your
see
thoughts.
anything wrong.
Suave, do you see anything wrong with, again, look, you're the one who, again, is just talking about how I introduce myself and I get a little bit of a blow off. Just a little bit of a blow off.
No, don't make
Maybe
it sound
it's
bad on Scott.
Not bad on Scott. I'll be honest. I would blow you off too. I'd be like, look, bro, I've been here 7 hours. I got to get out of here. If you want to have a conversation, a cup of coffee, how about your people get with my people? We'll talk about it. Suave, your thoughts.
It's the way you got to approach Scott Jackson. I mean, if you've been there, because actually it probably is more than 7 hours, because you got to get there probably like 1:30. You got to do interviews. If you got to make sure that the audio is good for the show, because it's ran by Richie. So if y'all don't know, Richard Somerville, one of the guys who does the production for Priority Auto, it's like he gotta be a stickler. It gotta be like this. What gotta happen? The commercial gotta be here. So all that happened. Plus ODU play like apparently trash. So now you gotta deal with that. And then now after the show is, here comes the guy, and then I ain't gonna front. He probably was a little bit like, I don't feel like talking right now, man. Look, just give me another day right now. I've been for 8 hours.
That's how I would be.
Yeah.
Again, but
it's
it's
not like I
amazing.
wanted a whole conversation. I was just stopping by to say hi real quick.
I don't know. I know you. You're trying to get some notes. Like, hey, Scott, let me ask you. Your opening monologue. I mean, what are you focusing on? Like, do you have a notepad with you?
No.
Okay,
No.
let's role play. I'm Scott Jackson.
No,
I've
no,
been
no.
here for.
I'll be Scott Jackson.
You be Scott Jackson.
Okay.
I'll be James Witham then.
Okay.
He's here for 8 hours. ODU just got basically trashed out, and here comes Jack. Jack,
In
introduce
fact,
yourself.
we'll be better. This will be better. I will be Scott Jackson.
J-Lo,
I want you to take me through step by step.
Here we go.
The game is over. Old
is
Dominion has
crazy.
just lost. Seriously,
Hold
I'll be
on.
Scott
What are we
Jackson.
doing here?
Hold on. Let me get
Okay,
my
I'll be
popcorn
Scott
ready.
Oh my goodness.
Come on,
Okay,
let's
so-
role play a little bit. We're trying to help you out
Okay, so
because
this
I think
is-
you're not understanding that you look like you're 8 years old. So that's the
I
problem
realize,
number one.
yes.
You look like Joe Fan when you're actually a radio professional. That's one of your issues that you got. That's why I'm telling you, grow out a little bit of facial hair. That'll go a long way. But let's role play very quickly before we go to the break. Go ahead.
Action.
So like 10 minutes after a game, I just, walk up real quick. Hey, Scott. Hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Jack from the morning show. It was good to meet you in person.
Hey, Jack, go scratch. I've been here 8 hours.
See, but Scott is much more polite than Johnny D is.
Yes,
Thank
he
you very
is.
much.
Absolutely. He is a professional. So.
Well, that was a quick ending scene.
Yeah,
All right.
but there you go. So good work last night. J-Lo was in attendance last night. So J-Lo, your thoughts after watching ODU JMU last night?
ODU was awful. ODU, they looked bad. The biggest issue is the offense. Clearly, they can't buy a shot. They can't shoot the three. They've got nothing in the paint. Like I said, they have that 7-foot tall guy, but he has no touch around the rim whatsoever. The only thing he's really good for is rebounds. And I get what they're trying to do. They use him to set screens. I don't know if you watched the game, how much of the game you watched last night, John. Anytime he sets a screen, he gets slid right off of. Like, it's bad. So JMU defense is all around the ball. There's no buckets being scored whatsoever offensively. And then again, defensively, just got beat in the paint a lot. And then as the game went on, they started giving up a couple threes. And then before you know it, JMU's throwing up alley-oops, and it was all out of hand.
Yeah, it got out of hand quick because ODU actually got off to a pretty much of a decent start.
Yeah.
But they had commented on the broadcast that they have had some slow starts here the last couple of games. So sure, they'll get that cleaned up. I was watching some pretty good college hoops last night. St. John's was winner in overtime
Yes,
over
overtime.
Xavier. Watching my Johnnies play. They were trailing by as many as 16 in the second half. So that was a good one last night. Syracuse is awful. They are terrible. And I'm going to tell you this right now. My sources are telling me that are close to the program that Adrian Autry may be on the hot seat. Adrian Autry in
Not
only
surprised.
his
Not
second
surprised at all.
season. The only thing that's saving him right now, he has got a top recruiting class coming in led by Carmelo Anthony's son. That is the only thing that's saving Red Autry right now. I
Hanging
think
on
he's
by
got
that
one
recruiting
more year.
thread.
Yeah, look, one more year he's got there at Syracuse. So a good night of college basketball. But a lot to get into on a Thursday edition of this program. The Tell 'em Kellum Talk and Text line is open this morning at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Do you think Scotty Jackson, big-time J-Lo last night? I want to get your thoughts on that. You could text into the program. Was he a fanboy again at another event? I think you're becoming a fanboy. I think you're not coming across as a true professional. I think you come. What were you wearing last night? Let
I
me
was
ask
wearing
you that
a
question.
white T-shirt over top a hoodie. It was a whiteout.
All right. I think we need to work
I-
on more of your
Whoa,
introduction
I went
to
as a
people.
fan. I didn't go as
Yeah,
as
but
media.
But again, you are media. Just because you're not there to cover the game does not mean you're not part of the media circus that we are. And I think there is a better way. You've got to introduce yourself to other
That's probably true.
professionals.
That's
And I
probably
think
true.
that's the problem. I mean, Suave, he made the comment of, I have a hard time talking to people in public. Did you not tell me that before we
Yes,
got
I
on
did
the
tell
air?
you that. I did tell you that.
That's an issue.
Well, just take it from someone, man. It's like you have to, if you're going to introduce yourself, it do got to be better because I ain't going to front. Before, at times I introduced myself, I came off a little aggressive, so I came off a little scary. So so I had to, and my wife told me, she was like, your demeanor looked like you ready to just kill someone. So I had to, when I introduced, I come to, like we did the luncheon. I had to introduce, and I had to, like I said, I could put on my voice, my interview voice, and talk, because usually if I come to somebody, I might come with a deep voice and look stern.
I don't even remember like how I came across at that luncheon thingy.
And you came over as like yourself.
That's the
basically what it
problem.
is.
That's what we need to change. Okay, so a lot to get into on a Thursday edition of the program. A reminder that we are broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios of Virginia Beach. The Morning Drive brought to you by Better Way Realty of Brian Wurst. If you want the best, you got to deal with the worst. 757-424-9007. That's 757-424-9007. Or visit them online at abetterway.com. Hey, straight ahead, does anyone realize that the NBA is in France this week? We'll discuss it. It's the Morning Drive. Yours truly, Suave J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
On Interstate 64 westbound, an accident has blocked the left lane between Virginia 168 and Battlefield Boulevard. Otherwise, today's morning commute is going smoothly. From Virginia Beach to Norfolk, drive time is 20 minutes via 264 westbound. And from Newport News to Norfolk, expected drive time is 31 minutes, taking Interstate 64 eastbound. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
You deserve more. That's right, we hear you and agree. You deserve more from your mortgage provider. OVM Financial with Annie Mac Home Mortgage agrees. OVM has been part of the Hampton Roads community since 2001. Learn more at OVM.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Yes, we are back. Great to be with you on a Thursday morning, 623 in Hampton Roads. Yours truly, Johnny D. Suave J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A reminder, you can hit us up via the talk and text line all morning long. Tell them talk and text line. 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. 7 o'clock hour, we'll talk some NFL news and notes. Some coaching hirings became official yesterday. How are you feeling if you're a Buffalo or New England or Miami fan about Aaron Glenn going to the New York Jets? Also, Ben Johnson was introduced as the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, which I guess these guys are never going to learn. I mean, why are you taking a shot at the Green Bay Packers at your press conference, right? If you saw Ben Johnson yesterday, took a little bit of a shot at Matt LaFleur and beating the Packers twice last year. Like, what do we do? Does he also now remind you of the guy? What was the movie Suave with Jamie Foxx and Al Pacino? It was
Any
the
Given
football
Sunday.
movie. Any Given Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You remember at the end when Pacino announces that he's retiring, but he's actually taking the head coaching job of the expansion team.
Yep.
And that leaves the job open for the young, hot offensive coordinator. And I forget his name, but the guy, Ben Johnson, looks exactly like that guy.
He does. He really
right?
do. Yeah.
He does. Looks exactly like that guy. And it's awkward seeing these guys without a hat. You're so used to seeing him on the sideline, right? You used to see him on the sideline. You're like, who is this dude? Oh, that's
For
Ben
example,
Johnson.
when you take your hat off, Johnny.
Oh, absolutely. Look,
I'm like, wait, who's this guy?
Yeah, I'm phonically challenged, so it's a little bit different. If I had a quaff like Ben Johnson, I would never wear a hat. I'm like Dan Quinn, right? I got to wear a hat. I look better in a hat than I do without a hat.
I'm in that
Which sucks coaching basketball because apparently the unwritten rule is you're not allowed to wear a hat.
I've never seen a basketball coach wear a hat.
Right? You've never seen a basketball coach wear a hat. Why is that? What's the problem, Jayla?
They're inside, I guess. I don't know.
There's no problem. Like, why?
I mean, I don't know. That's I'm not a coach.
I would love to get the ruling on that. Like, why
is like if you wear a hat, is a referee just going to come up to you, or is the other coach going to come up to you and say, "Hey, you're a disgrace to the sport"?
That's what I mean. There are things in sports that I do not understand, and this is a show in itself. But I'll just bring it up. Number one, why in baseball do managers need to wear the entire uniform? Like, I've never understood. Why are we going pants?
I think it's just traditional stuff. To be honest,
but it's tradition.
Yes.
So why can I not break tradition and just wear a ball cap on the sideline?
Listen, Suave, I think it would be hilarious just to see Johnny become a coach just for a couple of days, just to test these waters. Just to see. Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. Trust me. I'm all about testing boundaries. And I think if you were a basketball coach, if you could wear a jumpsuit right now or a sweatsuit or a hoodie or anything else, why can't I wear a cap? Why can't I put the cap on backwards and then go a little Matt Patricia with a pencil as well and making notes during the game? That's what I'm thinking about. All right. Reminder coming up in about 15, 20 minutes, Suave's entertainment page, 7 o'clock hour. As I mentioned, we'll talk some NFL news and notes. Aaron Glenn will be announced as the new head coach of the New York Jets. Also, we've got a general manager opening down at Jacksonville. What took so long is the question for a lot of people. So we'll get into that conversation. Also, we'll talk Chiefs-Bills this morning because somebody posed a question to me on the social media on the X at Drive Johnny D. And the question is kind of playing off of Marlon Humphrey's comments. Did you see Marlon Humphrey's comments on the X there, Suave, talking about the Chiefs?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
where he says, hey, look, we cannot allow this to continue to happen. We should pray. We got to pray for the Bills to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So that might be a poll question this morning.
And you know what, Johnny D? Here's the thing about it. We actually got video of him actually saying what he said about the Chiefs. So, J-Lo, it's called He Can't Keep. Please put that video for people to see exactly how Marlon Humphreys felt at that press conference.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
Humphreys talking about the Chiefs and how they can't keep getting away with how they win in these games.
Yeah, they can't do it. But it could be one of our poll questions this morning, our Pacer Payroll poll question this morning in response to Marlon Humphreys. Are you, quote, Chiefs out? I think Christopher Mad Dog Russo was on, was it Dan Patrick the other day? And he said, look, man, I'm just Chiefs out. And is Kansas City and Mahomes the most hated or most loved team in the National Football League? We'll put it up on the poll this morning, the Pacer Payroll poll question. We got 2 of them this morning, Suave, that we want to roll with. But we'll get into that conversation a little bit later on in the program. 7:45, what's trending on social media. Suave will take a look. And then 8 o'clock hour, we'll start to break it down, our Pizza Pick segment. It is brought to you by Shore Break Pizza and Tap House. Our girl Marissa will stop by, who was a scorching 4-0 last week on her sides plays. So good for her, man. She had the Commanders to win outright. She had the Bills to win outright. She had Philadelphia, so she is on fire. And then a friend of the program, Soren Petro, will stop by live from Kansas City as we start to break down Chiefs and Bills coming up this weekend. Before they look at the scoreboard, honestly, a raise of hands. Did we realize that the NBA was playing in France this week? Suave,
clue.
did you know?
Nope.
No clue.
None whatsoever.
So the NBA is playing in France this week. A return from for Wembanyama back in France. I think they got 2 games in France this week. I did read that over 53 different countries will be in attendance for the games this week. But the big story is Jimmy Butler. Miami Heat on Wednesday night suspended star guard Jimmy Butler for 2 games. Quote, "We have suspended Butler for 2 games for a continued pattern of disregard of team rules, insubordinate conduct, and conduct detrimental to a team, including missing today's team flight to Milwaukee," a team's spokesman said in a statement. There is no doubt there, Suave, that Jimmy Butler wants out of Miami. He wants out of Miami. Has this gone a little bit overboard of how he's trying to get out of Miami?
Yeah, but if you know, that's kind of what Jimmy Butler does. Like, if he doesn't want to be somewhere, he will go through the ends of the earth to get not be somewhere. Remember, he did the same thing with the Timberwolves. How he went to play with the second team, beat the first team, and was going up and down the court talking about they couldn't guard me. I need to get out of here. Only time he really didn't do anything like that was when he went to the Sixers. That maybe because he was only there for 1 year, but he didn't do it with the Sixers. But this is Jimmy Butler. If he don't want to be there, he's going to show you he don't want to be there.
So a lot of teams are in the conversation about trading for Jimmy Butler. One of those being the Phoenix Suns, possibly giving up a couple of first rounders. Is Jimmy Butler still one of the marquee players, Suave, in the NBA? Do you think?
No. And as much as I was a fan of Jimmy Butler, because of course he played for the Bulls and I liked him, but at this moment, no. Like, honestly, you may get productions, but then again, your attitude is like it doesn't equate to what you are as a basketball player. So no, you're not a first round draft pick at all.
You don't think he's worth a first rounder?
No.
Ooh.
No, he's not.
You don't think so?
No, he's not.
Okay.
And like I said, I love it because Jimmy Butler, when he's fired, he's passionate. Yes, he is. There's also the guy that when he played for the Bulls, Tim Thibodeau had his man in for the whole entire game, for multiple games when he was in the playoffs. But right now, no.
How old is Chayla? Look this up. Fact check me. How old is Jimmy Butler? Right? Because when I think about making a deal for a Jimmy Butler, I'm not talking about him being a number 1 option. I'm not even talking about him being a number 2 option. If he is a number 3 option and you're talking about the playoff Suave, I think it's a great move. I think it's a great move to bring in playoff Jimmy, allow him to do his thing, the ability to lock up dudes, the ability to take over games. We forget it wasn't only a couple of years ago where playoff Jimmy was in full effect for the Miami Heat when they got to the NBA Finals. And you keep him on a short leash, right? And I'm talking about a 1-year type of deal where he's got to earn that next contract. JLo, how old is Jimmy Butler?
35.
35. Look, you get 1 or 2 years out of him. I think you could still get 1 or 2 years out of him. But that's one of the big stories in the NBA. But apparently they've got France this week. And I'll say this about Adam Silver. Normally does a really good job of marketing his product. I think they're dropping the ball right now. I think the NFL has really dominated the NBA. It started at Christmas Day, and now you're talking about international action where the NBA has really hung their hat on what? Expanding the game globally. I don't think many people know that this is going on right now, but maybe I'm alone, right? Maybe put it up on the poll this morning, one of the Pacer Payroll poll questions this morning. Are you an NBA fan, and are you aware that they are playing in France this week? I would love to get people's honest reactions on this because I had no clue that they were in France this week.
No clue.
No, whatsoever.
I didn't either.
Sorry,
All right.
NBA.
Yeah, 6:34. Speaking of the NBA, a busy night last night in the NBA. Busy night of college basketball. It's time for a look at the scoreboard there, boys. Who's got it this morning?
I got it.
You got it this morning?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
fanboy. Go for it.
Yes, sir. Scoreboard from last night, starting with the NBA. The Detroit Pistons beating the Atlanta Hawks 114-104. The Suns beating the Nets 108-84. The Timberwolves winning by 1 against the Mavericks 115-114. The Rockets beating the Cavaliers 109-108. By the way, Darius Garland, I don't know if you guys saw, had 3 flagrant free throws at the end of this basketball game. He only made 1 of them, so that's what resulted in the Cavaliers falling short. The Grizzlies beating the Hornets 132-120. The Thunder beating the Jazz 123-114. The Kings beating the Warriors 123-117. And the Celtics winning in overtime against the Clippers 117-113. And then in college basketball, had some good top 25 action in the SEC. Number 5, Florida barely survives at South Carolina 70-69. And as you were mentioning earlier, Johnny, in overtime, St. John survives against Xavier 79-71. And number 13, Texas A&M beats number 16, Ole Miss 63-62. In the ACC, Virginia Tech fell short to Georgia Tech 71-64. Miami losing to Stanford 88-51. Cal beating Florida State 77-68. And Clemson beating Syracuse 86-72. And finally, locally here, the Royal rivalry, Old Dominion falls to James Madison 74-60. Those are your scores from last night.
All right, thank you very much. 6:36. A reminder: the entertainment page is coming up here momentarily with Suave. Also, I noticed, Suave, you're a big food guy, right? You love to dabble at a little ballpark food, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see that the Orioles have updated their Birdland menu? Have you noticed this? The Baltimore Orioles, I'm trying to find the exact story, announced their Birdland value menu, where a lot of the Oriole fans are excited about the prices of food now at Orioles games, which are some of the most affordable in all the Major League Baseball ballparks. Which I kind of laugh because this is the Orioles' way of going, look, we spent no money in the offseason on free agents or upgrading our roster, but you're going to save a couple of bucks at the concession stand. Are you good with that? Okay.
They need every ballpark stadium in America to adopt what the Orioles are doing.
Yeah, so I mean,
It
the
is so
Birdland,
crazy.
look, the Birdland value menu, you can get an all-beef hot dog for $4. What is cream cheese icing? So they got cinnamon
It's a
pretzel bites.
with cream cheese icing.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Like, do people enjoy cream cheese icing? Is that a
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
I don't really, not to this extent, but something that my family eats is cream cheese brownies, which might be somewhat similar.
They what?
It's cream cheese brownies. My family from Philadelphia, they kind of adopted. It's in the family recipe book now that we make all the time. It's basically your normal brownie recipe, but then you mix in some Philadelphia cream cheese and some other stuff.
But does the cream cheese dominate the taste? I mean, when I'm thinking about a brownie, I'm thinking about a fudge brownie, dropping some chocolate chunks in there.
It's in there. It doesn't dominate the taste, I wouldn't say, but it's also not fizzled in. Like, you can taste it.
That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
I'll bring you in one next time.
I'm not. Yeah, do me a favor. Bring it in. Let's do a taste test. I got to find out for sure. Nacho chips and cheese, $4. One thing I did not realize, look, you'll be excited there, Suave. They got seltzer, 12-ounce seltzer for $6. Put this up on the poll this morning, the Pacer Payroll poll question there, J-Lo Suave. Do people still drink non-alcoholic beer? Like, is that still a thing? You have so many different options of what to drink. And if you're not going to drink alcohol, that's fine. But is non-alcoholic beer still a thing? First off, it's probably one of the most vile tastes you will ever have. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand these people that say, I drink beer, I love the taste. No, you don't. No, I haven't met a person yet who really, truly enjoys the taste of a non-alcoholic beer. But put it up on the poll this morning. I would love to know, do people actually still drink non-alcoholic beer? Only $5, Swap. $5 for a non-alcoholic beer. Have you ever gone to the ballpark to drink a non-alcoholic beverage?
No. Every time I went to a ballpark, I would be drinking just regular drinks, But isn't like 12 ounce like that big or so?
No, 12 ounce is a little bit bigger, I believe, right? It's like a standard. What I got my Pepsi cat over here. Yeah. This is 12 ounces, right? So this is your my Diet Pepsi. That's not that. I mean, it's a bigger size.
Exactly.
You're talking about a shot.
$6.
$5,
Okay.
$6.
Okay.
I mean, a refillable soda cup is $4.
Yeah.
For the Birdland value menu, which is good.
That's
Although, are
insane.
you making how you making numerous trips? Is there a separate line for the refillable, or do you have to stand in your standard line for the refillable swab?
It depends if it's on the outside.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you can find like drink only concessions that'll fill it up for you.
Okay.
But then if you got to stand in the line, then you got to wait for a long time. Just say,
but
"Can you refill
drink
my drink?"
concessions don't wait as long as normal concessions.
So there you go. Your standard, your Birdland value menu that a lot of Orioles fans are excited
Bring that
about.
to Hart Park.
Not re-signing Corbin Burns. No, we're not worried about that. No, let's go out and get a couple of more offensive pieces. Maybe shore up that bullpen a little bit. Nah. No, we're not going to concern ourselves with the product on the field. We're going to concern ourselves more with the product off the field, and that's the experience at the ballpark. We want you to come, not worry about that product on the field. We want you to be enjoying the $4 cinnamon pretzel bites with cream cheese icing. That's what we want you enjoying at the ballpark for the Orioles. All right. 641, your texts, your tweets, those are right around the corner via the Tell McKellum Talking text line, 757-497-1310. You can hit us up. Also, the Pacer payroll poll questions are up and rolling on the X this morning. At Drive Johnny D. A reminder, this segment of the Morning Drive is brought to you by the brand new Bagel Baker Deli, opening up at 7 a.m. Woo, about 20 minutes. Now serving full breakfast. That's right. French toast, lox, eggs, omelets, in addition to their oversized sandwiches. Get a nice breakfast sandwich this morning. Suave. It would be fantastic. A little sausage and egg this morning on a bagel. Nice piping hot on this cold day. It's good stuff
Much
right
better
there.
than that Jimmy Dean stuff.
Hey, man. Hey, don't knock the Jimmy D. All right? That's all I got. And in
Bagel
fact,
Baker
I
is
might
better.
order. Of course it's better. I'm not arguing that. In fact, what I'm thinking about is ordering it for delivery right here to the
Nice.
house. Right? I'll go online to bagelbakerdeli.com, hit delivery, and within probably about 10 or 15 minutes, I'll have a beautiful bagel sandwich waiting for me. It is a Taste of New York right here in the 757. Again, go to the website, bagelbakerdeli.com. Loman's Plaza, right off the boulevard, just steps from Town Center. It's the all-new Bagel Baker Deli. Straight ahead, we crack open the Suave Entertainment page. You don't want to miss it. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This morning on Interstate 64 westbound, the left lane between Virginia 168 and Battlefield Boulevard is currently blocked by an accident. Otherwise, today's morning commute is going smoothly. From Newport News to Norfolk, drive time is 31 minutes via Interstate 64 eastbound. And from Chesapeake to downtown Norfolk via 464 northbound, drive time is 11 minutes. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
Rapid
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on up, We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
This is Fox Sports 1310. Keep up with the trends. Follow us on X at Drive Johnny D or Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D.
Yes, sir. Great to be with you. Thursday morning in Hampton Roads. 646 Morning Drive. Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A reminder, you can follow us on YouTube this morning as we are streaming live at Cova Sports TV. You can make a comment in the chat box this morning on YouTube. Love to get your comments this morning. A couple of Pacer payroll poll questions are up and rolling on the X at Drive Johnny D. 7 o'clock hour, we'll dive into some NFL news and notes, some coaching hirings. We'll go around the room, get our thoughts on Aaron Glenn taking over the New York Jets. Ben Johnson going to the Bears. The Jags are still looking for a head coach, although they made a change at the general manager spot. And one day closer to the conference championships as we start to break down Bills, Chiefs, and, of course, the Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jerry Jones has been back in the news talking about coaching searches, boys. And, man, Jerry, got to love him. Not winning over the Cowboy Nation. We'll get into that story coming up here in the 7 o'clock hour, in addition to the Scroll of Hank. And also in the 7 o'clock hour, I'm excited, boys. The Philadelphia Eagles have released a new hype video, Suave. And Suave's not a big fan. Not a big fan of their hype video. Although I find it a little bit catchy. I'm not going to lie. I do find it catchy. You're not a fan, Suave, of the hype video? I'm not talking about the one with a person dancing. I'm talking about that actual song. You know which one I'm talking about? It's the song.
Yes. Oh, the song. Okay, what song are we talking about? The one that, if you're talking about the one with the horns, are you talking about that song?
I believe so, right?
Yeah.
It was the second one I sent you.
Yes, with the two people that was dancing.
Yes.
Yes.
You're not a fan. You're not a fan at all.
Our response was that time. Our response was that time.
Okay, that's coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Before we get to the entertainment page this morning, my buddy who we're talking about handicapping for this weekend, early look at the lines there, J-Lo. Do we have an update on the NFL odds and lines this morning? Do we have any line shifts going on between the Chiefs, Bills, and the Eagles, Commanders? What is the latest odds on this game?
Checking it out right now. So right now we've got Philadelphia favored -6. And that over-under set at 47.5. And then the Kansas City game, Kansas City favored by 2, over-under set at 47.5 also.
So the Kansas City line has gone up. I believe it opened at 1. It is now sitting at 2. And we mentioned that Eagles Commanders opened up at, 4.5? And it's now up to 6. Here is the advice that was given to me. So, Suave, I want you to write this down. We have been trying to get Suave to spend his hard-earned money, the kid's college fund, over the last couple of weeks, and he refuses to do it, which, okay, I understand. A little bit of hesitancy. You talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk, is what Suave does. Talking about, we're going to go to Tampa, we're going to take care of business. All right, put a 500 spot on it. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay, fine. We're going to go into Detroit. They're not that good. We're going to come away with the dub. Great, put a 500 spot on it, win 2,500. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay.
So the number one team in the NFC was not that good. We really want to stay on that hill.
No.
We really want to stay on that hill.
Hey, I'm just stating the obvious.
Oh, really?
Suave likes to talk the talk, but when it comes to putting money where the mouth is, what does Suave say? No, I'm not going to do that.
Because the winning.
I get it. I'm not arguing with you. Totally understand it. You work hard for this money. You want to keep it in your pocket. I get it. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that was given to me straight from Vegas, all right?
Okay.
looking to bet this weekend, things to consider when you're looking to bet this weekend. And then we'll get to the Suave Entertainment page. Number one is the host playoff team experience. So let's take Philadelphia and the Washington Commanders, okay? Is the host playoff team experience? Check the box. Yes. Where is the money going? The money is going on Philadelphia right now, right? We mentioned half going up to 6. Check the box. Which team has the better quarterback?
You know, I was listening.
Daniels or Jalen Hurts?
See, here's the thing about that before you finish. I know people gonna be saying, Jalen Daniels, why are you so hard to say? Because for one, Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl. Number two, when he was in the Super Bowl, they did not lose because of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has played good in that Super Bowl. So I have to look at it like this right now. Experienced Jalen Hurts has went to the Super Bowl. Jalen Daniels has. This is his rookie season. So saying he's a better quarterback, plan-wise you may, but then you got to look at it this way. You got Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts don't have to do anything.
We're talking about quarterbacks, man. We got a list here, so you got to give me an answer. Which team has the better quarterback? Daniels or Hurts?
If we're going stat-wise, it will be Jalen Daniels.
Okay. Which team is playing better right now? The Commanders or the Eagles?
It'll be Washington.
Okay, so you got 2 for Philadelphia, 2 for Washington. All right, final one. Which team gets after the opposing quarterback better? The Eagles or the Commanders?
That's a toss-up.
Probably Philadelphia.
I would probably lean to them because Jalen Carter. I mean, that
Washington can get to him, but they're inconsistent. Some games they get to him 10 times, and then other games they get to him, but they can't bring him down.
So 5 questions, you're going to get Philadelphia edge right there. Philadelphia 3, Washington 2. You know your winner. You know what direction you're going in this weekend. I'm just saying. So we'll talk more about that coming up next hour. But at 6:51, it is time once again to crack open the Suave Entertainment page.
Want to know what's happening outside of sports? Here's what's trending in entertainment with Suave.
Feel it.
Sir, what's up, everyone? This is what's trending in entertainment with your boy Don Suave. And what's trending here?
It's your birthday.
As you can see,
it's your birthday.
This is what I got to deal with right here. So what's going on trending? So let's go ahead and start in the music side. Please look here, y'all. It's already enough madness in the world. We don't need any more. Apparently, Warner Bros. Said, yes, we do. We need more. Because they got a documentary coming out. And it's detailing Chris Brown. Now, this documentary is about his history of violence. Yes, I said it. So the documentary is called Chris Brown, History of Violence. And it chronicles Brown's alleged pattern of abuse. And because of that, Chris Brown is now suing Warner Brothers for $500 million in damages and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, this documentary will be streaming on Max, and it's going to be a compilation of many claims that made against Brown over the years, strung together to create a picture of a violent man who the entertainment industry has granted a pass. Warner Brothers, I mean, what are you doing? What are we doing? You're treating Chris Brown like a monster. He already had a documentary talking about the fight he had with Rihanna and all the other stuff. He already explained it. Why do you need to do a documentary over this guy that you treat him like a monster? For goodness sake, you treated him like he was R. Kelly. And we know how that ended up. And you already know what's going on with Diddy. But this right here is just downright wrong. I understand y'all want to do documentary. I understand you want to put all this stuff out, but they saying they're standing behind the documentary. Well, Chris Brown's standing behind that $500 million that he's gonna sue y'all for. So let's see who's gonna win this one in the courtroom. Next one. This is for you, J-Lo. No, it's good. Cause guess what's coming back, y'all? He talked about it earlier. Remember John D said it. This show, Duck Dynasty, is making a reboot to AD.
Yes, it is.
This summer with two new
Get
seasons.
Your camo out there, J-Lo.
Yes.
I haven't even made it through the first season.
Wait Wait, so you watched the show before, J-Lo, haven't you?
Yeah, I've watched some of it, yeah.
Okay, so have you
I
ever
watch it every now and then, yeah.
Have you ever tried to do a call on some ducks?
No.
Well, you get a chance to, because this summer with 2 reboot seasons, it's coming to A&E, and once again, it's called Duck Dynasty: The Revival, and it will follow family here, Willie Robertson.
I think I saw a trailer for this, come to think of it.
Yeah, there's a trailer for it, and this is 10 episodes, so it's 2 seasons, 20 in together. But yes, Duck Dynasty is coming back for all y'all that love Duck Dynasty, from the duck calling, even down to the family values they have. It's happening this summer. And lastly, CNN is in the news. CNN is,
Well, they're always in the news technically, but
it is not for the good reason right now. You know why they're in the news right now? Because they are laying off employees. That's right. CNN is coming out saying they're gonna lay off no more than 50 employees because they want to get ready for the TV lineup, the streaming, and everything that comes with cable networking. I mean, I checked. I thought they was losing numbers, but they're not. They're a rated-driven outlet. But they just said for the TV, the programs, the linear, what they want to do with CNN. Right now, they just want to stay within budget. And within budget, they're going to lay off 50 people, as well as NBC is going to do some layoffs as well. So, I don't know what's going on with these outlets. Maybe people just going with more of the streaming side. But, yeah, CNN, sorry. Those people that's getting laid off, got to go to the unemployment line. So that is what's all trending in entertainment for your viewing pleasure.
Thank you very much, Suave. Suave successfully worked in P. Diddy, R. Kelly, and Chris Brown all into the same sentence.
All in the same segment.
And last time I checked, we are still on the air. Good work out of you. All right, 6 o'clock hour is in the books. Hey, straight ahead, the latest NFL news and notes, plus the most sought-after segment at Sports Talk Radio. He's back after a one-day snow day hiatus. It is the Scroll of Hank. It's a Thursday edition. The morning drive. Yes, sir.
Before you go, me and J-Lo have an announcement, so stay tuned, y'all. Right before stop it.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna teach you there. We have an announcement. Product for the morning drive with Johnny D.
Oh,
stay tuned. This tea's coming. At the end of the show, we're gonna tell you exactly what
I gotta wait till the end of the show.
You gotta tease. You gotta tease.
All right, tell me during the break. It's the morning drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Look for a mix of clouds today, partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures above freezing into the mid-30s. For tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with lows dropping back down to the low 20s. For Friday, a little bit warmer as we climb to near 40 with partly cloudy skies. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
It's time for a Fox Sports 50.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Buckle up. It's time for your morning drive time headlines with Suave on Fox Sports 1310.
Good morning. It is 7 a.m. and this is your Fox Sports Update. CC Sabathia was voted into the 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame class. CC's comments on X after the fact were, "I wouldn't be here in this moment without Harold Reynolds. After the 2017 season, I was contemplating retirement, and it was he who pushed me to strive for the Hall of Fame, knowing what it would take to make it. 3,000 plus Ks, 250 plus wins, everything. One conversation changed my whole trajectory, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Harold." Breaking news in the NFL, the New York Jets have hired Aaron Glenn to be their next head coach. Glenn was previously the defensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions, and his contract is expected to be about 5 years. Number 13, Texas A&M, won in dramatic fashion last night over number 16, Ole Miss, 63-62. Manny Obasaki hit a three with 14 seconds remaining, and the Rebels did not have an answer. Locally in the Royal Rivalry, the Dukes of JMU owned Old Dominion by a score of 74-60. The Monarchs turned the ball over 13 times, giving up 15 points off of turnovers. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cobra Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cobra Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app. With Suave, myself, and Johnny D, let's get right to it.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310. Along with Suave and J-Lo, here's your host, Johnny D.
Good stuff. We're back, 7:02 on a Thursday. Morning Drive, yours truly, Suave, J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. Friendly reminder, you could follow us on the X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram, a Morning Drive Johnny D. And we are broadcasting live and in living color this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Busy hour. The What's Trending on social media coming up at 7:45 this morning. What's Your Take on a Thursday has returned. Couple of random thoughts by yours truly. That's coming up at the bottom of the hour. And the scroll of Cowboy fan Hank in about 5 or 10 minutes. But a lot to get to, a lot of NFL news and notes as we get ready for conference championships coming up this weekend. The Bills take it on the Kansas City Chiefs. One of our poll questions this morning is, are the Kansas City Chiefs the most hated team in the National Football League? I think people still love them, though, Suave. I got to be honest. I think people, they love a winner. I think they have transitioned from being a Tom Brady and New England fan over to a Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and a Kansas City fan. Do you agree or disagree with that sentiment?
Yeah, sure. I do agree. Yeah, if you're from Kansas City, yeah, you do love the Kansas City Chiefs. But other than that, no. So people are getting tired of it, tired of the Chiefs. They're tired of Patrick Mahomes, tired of Travis Kelce. Only thing that's really holding on to compared to Skip Bayless is Taylor Swift. So they can't stand it. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. Yeah, Skip Bayless. Yeah.
I got you. Right, I got you. So a couple of poll questions up. We'll reset the Pacer payroll poll question coming up here in a little bit. Hey, NFL news and notes from yesterday. It looks like the Jets will be hiring Lions defense coordinator Aaron Glenn as their next head coach. Right, as a player, he was New York's first-round pick in 1994. He spent 8 seasons in New York. The big loser on this one, though, J-Lo, is actually the New Orleans Saints, where Aaron Glenn was supposed to do an in-person interview, but it never happened. He took the job before they could get him into the building.
Right there.
Well, I mean, I have no problem with that. Like, what are you taking a shot at Aaron Glenn? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not taking a shot at no one.
Whoa. You just made a comment.
Yeah, I'm joking around.
Wait. You just made a comment. Back it up. What do you mean by your comment?
I was just making a joke. It's professionalism.
On whose part?
I'm not taking a shot at nobody. Why are we turning this into a thing?
Stand on business. Stand on business.
You just made a comment. I told you that Aaron Glenn took the Jets job, where the biggest loser was the New Orleans Saints, where he was scheduled an in-person interview that never happened. He took the Jets job before stepping onto the plane to New Orleans. Your response was, that's professionalism.
Yeah.
On whose part?
On both sides. There's got to be there's something behind it. There's nothing too big about my comment. I was just making a quick little comment.
You make it a quick little comment. I'm just saying, I think there was a little bit more to it. I think you're taking a shot at either New Orleans or you're taking a shot at Aaron Glenn for saying he lacked professionalism by agreeing to interview for a position and then not even getting on a plane. That's all I'm asking. You made a snarky little comment under your breath, and I'm trying to figure out what is the meaning behind it. Do you have something against Aaron Glenn?
No.
Not at all.
No, okay. I don't.
All right, that's all I was asking. That's it. I think there was a little bit more there, Suave, and I think Suave agrees with me. He thinks there's a little bit more there, and you're afraid to express your opinion on the radio.
I don't have an opinion.
Well, you obviously had an opinion.
You know what? Let me do it for you, J-Lo. Yeah, it was very unprofessional by Aaron Glenn. You're going to tell someone you're going to be somewhere and you don't? Yeah, that's unprofessional. There you go. I do it for you, man.
Thank you,
there you go.
And look, here's the deal, though. I don't blame Aaron Glenn if you really wanted the Jets job, right? If you wanted the Jets job, they did not offer it to you. You agree to interview for other jobs. Suave, this goes on all the time. You need a leverage play. Mike Vrabel did it. Mm-hmm. Mike Vrabel set the blueprint perfectly. I want the New England job. They're yet to offer it to me. That's fine. I'm going to interview for the Jets job. Once I interview for the Jets job, Robert Kraft looks at Mike Vrabel and says, we can't allow him to get the Jets job. That's going to hurt us, right? Yep. Fine, we're going to offer you the job. Same thing with Aaron Glenn. It's the same thing with Aaron Glenn. I want the Jets job. Okay, we're now ready to offer it to you. All right, that's fine. New Orleans has got an opening. I'm going to go on a plane and go interview with those guys. And we know they don't want me to leave the building without a job. Okay, fine. We want to give you the job. This goes on all the time. I just love J-Lo expresses a little snarky comment, and then he doesn't want to talk about it. Also at Jacksonville, we got a little bit of intrigue. Bucs offensive coordinator Liam Cohen appeared to be a leading candidate for the Jags' vacant head coaching role, but instead withdrew from consideration and will stay in Tampa Bay. From what I was told, I believe he signed a pretty hefty contract to stay in Tampa Bay. After the snafu, Jacksonville parted ways with general manager Trent Baalke, which one thing I will say about Trent Baalke, he is out of a job this morning. But, man, I have never seen a resume of a guy who deserved to be fired 7 times that was able to hold on to a job better than Trent Baalke was, Suave.
Wasn't he the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers at one time?
He was.
And then they do like a campaign to get him fired?
They did.
Yeah.
And he is the guy, look, this is a guy who struck out with his first head coaching hire at Jacksonville. If you remember, that was Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
That didn't last. They didn't even last one full season. And then in 2021, fired Meyer after going 2-11 in a tenure marred by controversy, if you remember. Then he had Darrell Bevell became the interim head coach for the final 4 games.
Yeah.
Then they hired Doug Peterson in February of 2022, where, look, seemed like they turned the corner with the franchise who won an AFC South title, wild card win in their first season. Then the Jags missed the postseason last year and fell to 4-13 in 2024. The last 5 coaches, Jim Tomasola, right, out at San Francisco. Chip Kelly. You forget about Chip Kelly hiring. That was Trent. Urban Meyer, Bevell, Peterson worked under Baalke, combined total of 31-68 record. Yeah, this dude was able to hold on to a job for so long. God bless him.
He must know people.
How he was able to get that done. So that opening is still in play. The Raiders hire the Bucs assistant GM. What was his name? John Spytek? Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think
out
so.
There, of course, he had a relationship with old Tom Brady when Tom was down in Tampa Bay. So not a surprise. We mentioned that the Bears made it official. Ben Johnson is the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. Al Golden is going from Notre Dame to become the defense coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So best of luck to former UVA member Al Golden. And Brazil is in discussions with the NFL about a long-term contract for international games. They're talking about possibly 2 games in Brazil coming up. Look, we mentioned this. The NFL is going to go global. There will be a franchise
Marketing
somewhere.
giant. Absolutely.
There will be a franchise in London or somewhere international.
Jacksonville moving.
And in the next couple of years, they're going to go 18 games. When they go 18 games, that's going to be another international
Finish
game.
on President's Day weekends.
And then mark my word, here it is, Suave. This is what I'm being told. That once the NFL decides that 18 games is the way to go, they will have another streaming service that will be specifically for the international games. That's what's going to happen. They are going to put out bids for international streaming of these games, and it's not going to be the NFL Network, right? It's going to be somebody else out there. Yeah, but you got Netflix now.
I mean, what's the point of buying the Sunday ticket then?
You still need Sunday tickets.
Yeah, you still need that. Yeah,
you're still going to have plenty of NFL regular season games. Look, the teams that stink, they're going to put into the international play for some reason, but you're still going to have a handful of games that you need for the NFL ticket. And I don't know how long YouTube has the rights for the NFL ticket.
Yeah,
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah,
but it is interesting. All right.
NFL,
do we have Hank on the line?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at 10 minutes after the hour, it is the most sought-after segment. J-Lo, I apologize, man. I feel like I ruffled your feathers a little bit this morning.
No, I'm good.
And hour number one, I kind of called you out about your fanboy interaction with Scott Jackson. And then in hour number two, you made a little bit of a snarky comment about Aaron Glenn. I just, like any journalist, follow-up question.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Just making sure.
I got to learn from that. I got to do more follow-ups myself.
You got to do more follow-ups.
I have the opportunity to be better.
You do. You got an opportunity to be better.
That's good. That was good.
Right?
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
That opportunity to be better starts right now, J-Lo. At 11 minutes after the hour, he is our resident Cowboy fan. He will explain to me why Brian Schottenheimer should be your head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about try now, Johnny? Speak little.
All right, we'll try it again.
Yeah,
I had a great introduction.
Can't hear him, man.
I can't hear him. All right.
He's having trouble hearing you. Let me try. We got to go without the Star Wars.
Well, you don't need
music
to hear
this morning,
me. Just put him on. You guys are
He is on. He is on.
You guys are true.
What's going on, Hank? How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good, man. You want me to try to call back and maybe it'll connect up that way?
It's because we're doing virtual. That's why it's a little harder this way. So
That's
we're
all
perfectly
good.
fine. What's on your mind?
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I went to the game last night, and I'm an ODU fan. If I have to be consistent in the way I talk about sports, so I'm going to have to stop kind of crushing Mike Jones and maybe look more towards the players, and here's why. I looked up yesterday at the halftime stats. ODU had 1 assist at halftime. They finished the game with 4. You're not going to win playing basketball at, I won't even call it a high level. Let's go mid-major level with 4 assists on the night, man. That's just not going to happen. So that's really disappointing as a fan of a team to see that sharing the ball will get you a better result. So if I had any criticism of my team, they got to pass the ball, man. It's awful. It's like YMCA ball, And Robert Jones had a good first half, but James Madison kind of locked him down on the second half. And when they did, it just, I don't know, the team got into more of a flow. More guys had opportunities, and I think that has something to do with it. I'm literally sitting up there last night with Robert Jones going, Kobe, because you knew he was going to shoot.
Yeah.
And that's just,
It was number 0, shot quite a few times, though.
Yeah, Stephon Walker. And he seems to be a pretty good player. And I don't know, man, we went through this last year with Chauncey Jenkins. Same thing. You knew when he got the ball, man, that it was going up. So I think that's deflating for your team. Your teammates are like, man, can I touch the ball at least before you jack it up? So I don't know, man.
Do you have an opinion on that big 7-foot guy with the mask on from Canada?
Well, he had 3 rebounds on the night.
Yeah.
And I know that Jones brought him in from Maryland. So when you try to bring the thought that he can't get his guys in, that's one of his guys. So I don't know, man. He seems athletic. You know, it just seems like maybe I think he's a little bit scared, a little bit nervous to mess up, and that's another way you just can't play that way. You got to play kind of free. You got to play. ODU doesn't never bring the ball down low. You know, everything is from the perimeter. Everything is outside. And I honestly think if that point guard Johnson was a little bit more aggressive, he's got a pretty good offensive game. When he went and shot the ball like the second half, I looked up before I left with like 4 minutes left. I think he had 8 points after going scoreless in the first half. Maybe he could be a little bit more aggressive with the ball, you know, and try to score a few more points. That's their biggest problem, I guess, like UVA, is offense. Their offense is just brutal. And I don't know, some of that's coaching. You know, you can't not criticize
but even
the coach.
when ODU is getting their open looks and good looks, they're still not making the shots. It's a big issue.
Yeah, there were 3 of 16 from 3. And I had posted before the game last night that maybe ODU shouldn't take a 3-pointer before the 10-minute mark of the first half. So it's like, you know, I mean, serious.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with them, when they took the ball to the basket, at least they were getting to the line. I think they were 18 of 21 from the free throw line. So, if, you know, I've always been thought that attack the basket, you know, and better things will happen. So everybody's not Steph Curry. You know, everybody's not going to make 45% of their threes. Speaking of threes, before I forget, did you guys see that the warm-up video for the NF Fever? My girl Caitlin Clark went 50 for 54 on threes on her birthday.
I did not see this, no.
50 for 54 on 3-pointers, bro.
Jeez.
I mean, come on. I don't even care if you're in practice. That is impressive, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But, yeah. Gosh, there was so many things on my mind. I need to start writing things down. J-Lo, buddy, here's how you can maybe be better equipped to approach Scott Jackson. Go at it with confidence, bro. If you'd have come up to me last night and you know I'd have met you, bro, I'd have stuck my hand out. You'd have got the firm handshake. You'd have got the eye contact.
I gave a firm handshake.
But, you know, look, but you're timid. You can't be timid with these people, man. And, like, I mean, you know, I'm not going to blast y'all's guy. I know y'all are Scott Jackson dudes, but, I mean, every time I call this radio show and try to go in on Dak, he's one of the fanboys. So, ain't no big Scott Jackson dude, to be honest with you. So, it doesn't surprise me at all that he big ups you. And Johnny was up there going, he's been there 7 hours. Man, I'm going to tell you what. If somebody come up to me and there was an up-and-coming caulk, man, and he's like, man, I heard you was like really good. And I'd have been like, yeah, man, you know what? I know I gave him some pointers on how to do a better job caulking. I wouldn't big up people like that, man. That's not my nature. So, you know, shout out to you, J-Lo. You keep going up and introducing yourself, man. That's the way to be. I'm proud of you, to be honest with you, man. Just kind of wish you to introduce yourself to me, you know, but that's okay. I'm going to let you slide on that one.
I appreciate that, Hank. Really quick, Spave, you want to ask Hank the poll questions before we get him out of here, before we go to the break?
Oh, definitely. I got be a blog. So, Hank, how you doing, Hank? How you doing this morning?
I'm making it, Suave. How you do, buddy?
I'm good. So, we talked about earlier, Marlon Humphrey had the little comment about the Chiefs. So, let me ask you, are the fans just tired of the Chiefs? Are you chiefed out?
Ain't we? Hell, you know what's funny? I said I was footballed out, and ever since then, it's chiefed out. Everything is out now.
Say.
Yeah, I think I started a trend. I'm not going to lie to you, man. People are starting to say it all over the place, and I'm down with it. That's the T-shirt y'all got to make, right? I'm whatevered out, you know.
Yeah, be like I am, then underline out. Yeah. I don't think that's an ask.
Is that a thing? I'm hanked out.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, mark me down. I can go with that. That's okay.
I don't even know I should ask you this question because we already know the answer to this. Are you an NBA fan? And did you know that they were playing in France?
I don't even know what the NBA is.
Thank you. There you go. So
look. Think about it. One quick thought on the NBA, man. The 3-pointers are killing it. I mentioned that earlier. You know, when y'all shows first started, and everybody kind of poo-pooed it, but it was the same thing was at the game last night. ODU was 3 for 16, and James Madison was 3 for 14 on threes at one point last night. That's awful, man. That's terrible.
And then JMU started hitting him in the second half. But
yeah, I know that, but still, man. I mean, look.
The first half was as brutal as it gets.
The funny part about the JMU game, when ODU started, I looked over at my buddy, and I was like, hey, look. I said, ODU should win this game because this is not your Kent Kaluko James Madison team. Y'all look it up.
Gotcha.
Kent Kaluko. Johnny D don't know who Kent Kaluko is. I can guarantee you that.
All right.
He's nodding.
Yeah. So next question is: do you think that the Chiefs are the most hated team in the NFL?
I think people really do see that things go in the Chiefs' favor. I really do think that. I mean, and I'm not one to blame the refs. That's not my way. But I mean, come on. We all saw the two calls that changed the entire complexion of the game. Now,
Absolutely.
Again, C.J. Stroud, what was D'Amico Ryans? Y'all failed. Both of y'all. You scored one touchdown on offense, and D'Amico Ryans. But I don't know, man. I mean, everybody praises him and stuff, but I don't think it. Look, when your players coming up and giving that kind of a shove to a coach, that's in house. You can't have that, man. So that was a bad look.
Yeah, and also I'm going to say earlier, Patrick Mahomes did kind of respond to everybody about the refs, and he said they're doing the best that they can do.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady came on the Cowherd show yesterday and said that if you become a runner as a quarterback, you should lose your protection. I think I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Of course, Tom Brady could never run like that, so he would obviously feel that way. But if you break that pocket and you start dipping and dodging like Mahomes did and somebody blasts you, because I told y'all, I blow somebody up if I'm going to get a penalty. I think it would, and I would tell my team that because, look, man, I used to be like that with Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann used to make me so mad because he'd get all running around and dip out of bounds right before. And I was like, you know what, I'd just take the cheap shot on the sidelines and blow him up. I would. Just hit him one time. And you'll get the 15 yards anyway. So blow him up. Hey,
it's good, but yeah. But we'll go ahead. Thank you for that, Hank. Thank you for another scroll of Hank. So, Johnny D, you got anything you got to say?
No, I do not, Hank. Always appreciate it, my friend. We will talk to you tomorrow. Let's get him going there.
Yeah.
One and only scroll of Hank.
Hey, we appreciate you, Hank. Thanks for coming in.
Quick. Let me give y'all a quick little. It'll take 15 seconds. You know, I got that wobbly cat. He's got a disease, so he's like he doesn't stand well. He just took a dump and fell in it, so I got to go clean him up, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Thanks for coming in, Hank. We appreciate you.
See ya.
See, boys, that's what happens when you give Hank the last word. You cannot allow him to do that. Thank you very much. We will talk to Hank tomorrow with another installment of the Scroll of Hank. 7:22 on the program. A reminder, this segment of the Morning Drive is brought to you by the fine folks of
MillersHomeComfort.com.
Locally owned since 1978, 40 years of serving the comfort needs of Hampton Roads, heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical. One place to go is
MillersHomeComfort.com.
All right, good stuff. Straight ahead, what's your take on Thursday? Random thoughts from yours truly. You don't want to miss it. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This morning on Interstate 64 eastbound, a disabled vehicle is blocking the shoulder between Magruder Boulevard and Mercury Boulevard. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. From Chesapeake to downtown Norfolk, drive time is 11 minutes via 464 northbound. And from Suffolk to Norfolk, drive time is 23 minutes via Interstate 264 eastbound. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Men and women's schedules and show your ODU pride this season by cheering them on. Let's pack Chartway Arena this week. Buy your tickets now at odusports.com/tickets. Go Monarchs!
Looking for money talk? You can find it now on 97.3 HD2. You'll get the latest from Main Street and Wall Street from Bloomberg and The Ramsey Show. That's Money Talk on 97.3 HD2. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D.
He's live and he's local. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, Suave, and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and Kova Sports TV.
Hey, a friendly reminder, coming up Saturday, January 25th, ODU basketball will be back in action. Men's basketball taking on Coastal Carolina at Chartway Arena. Tip is at 7 o'clock. We are giving away a free pair of tickets right now for the first person to dial it up at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Wins a pair of tickets to see ODU men's basketball take on Coastal Carolina coming up Saturday, January 25th, 7 o'clock at Chartway Arena. Look, make a day of it, man. Do what I did. Last time I went down there, went out, got a little bite to eat right around the corner, took it a little men's basketball over at the Chartway Arena. It's a good time for all. And look, the tickets are free. Free. But you got to be the first person to dial it up at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. All right, good luck. What's trending on social media? That is coming up in about 15 minutes. What's your take on a Thursday? I will give you the latest coming up here in a couple of minutes. But before that, Suave, let's talk a little Eagles Commanders. And I was excited yesterday, man. I was trolling social media, doing a little bit of research. Yeah, I was having a good time doing a little bit of research for the radio program. And I ran across an Eagles fan who decided to put out a little bit of a hype video. And I listened to the hype video, and I got to be honest, I kind of found it. I was grooving a little bit. I was into it a little bit. I thought it had a little bit of pep at the step, feeling it a little bit. You're not a fan of it though, but I wanted to play it for you this morning, Suave. And then get your immediate reaction because you are the resident music guy on this radio program. J-Lo is not.
We learned that last week.
We know that. J-Lo is clueless when it comes to music, and that's okay. Yours truly, I try to think I keep up with the Joneses, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I understand the latest trends, but I don't. I'm kind of sheltered a little bit. I don't watch reality shows on TV. I don't listen to music. I listen to talk show podcasts when I'm out the gym. So you are the resident music guy. So I want to play this for you. This is a couple of Philadelphia Eagle fans as they get ready for the Washington Commanders coming to town. And I want to get
from J-Lo. Have you heard this one?
And I want to get your instant reaction. All right. So go ahead, play that, J-Lo, if you don't mind.
Walked in the link, surprised to see the Commanders been winning. But this Sunday they're gonna get beat. We're gonna do our duty and win the NFC because the Eagles on the road to the Super Bowl. So when they get in from DC, we're gonna kick them in the butt. Bird gang, bird gang. AJ getting open, mixed with the backfield explosion. We're gonna kick them in the butt. Oh, bird gang, bird gang. Then send them home after we kick them in the butt. All night long. In the butt. Oh yeah. Scary getting kicked in the butt. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Getting kicked in the butt. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Getting kicked in the butt. Kick 'em in the butt.
Oh yeah.
On Sunday. On Sunday. You're going
down. Yeah. Kick him in the butt. Suave, your thoughts? Come on, big guy.
So you guys decide to take an old classic song from the 80s. For people don't understand, that's all it's called. The original score is called The Butt, and it was from the School Days soundtrack. So you Eagles fans decide to do that song. And the only reason you probably did that song because our friend of the program, the guy who does the Commander song, Old Goody, does the Commander song. The left hand know who are we the Commander. So y'all decided to do this song. Now it's personal. Now this is personal. So this is what y'all want to do for you. This is y'all high song.
Honestly, did not find that catchy?
No, because first and foremost, the butt song first is doing it in the butt. That's the real song, and you're gonna use that to do a sample. Good job, y'all. So you doing it in the butt song. Your mayor couldn't spell Eagles. You had a guy who. You had a guy. No.
That was a female. That was the mayor of Philadelphia.
Man. Yes, the mayor.
Wow. Not your man. Your female. Your mayor.
That's also your mayor. The mayor
that's even worse.
Could spell Eagles.
You're a politician of Philadelphia.
Exactly.
And you can't spell Eagles.
You can't spell Eagles.
That's politics in America for you.
And then you had a guy, I don't know if y'all seen this. There was a reporter doing a report on the snow in Philly, and he decided before the end of the for the report to lift up his shirt and show Eagles talking about go birds. I love it. I love this because if Washington goes into the link, knowing nobody gives us a chance to win again, and beat the Eagles, oh my goodness. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be legend. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the next word is dairy when Washington beats y'all in Philly. Oh, this is going to be great. I love it.
We may need to discuss this on the show tomorrow, and I'll think about it today. Outside of the Super Bowl, winning in Philadelphia this weekend would mean what for the Washington fan?
Magical.
I think it'd be a little more than magical, Suave.
It'd be every last adjective you could probably think of that deals with either magical, phenomenon,
positive connotation,
everything. Because you got
in every Super Bowl that Washington has played in, and you guys could correct me on this, were they favored to win?
No.
I know they were against Buffalo. I do know that.
Well,
they were favored against.
They were favored against Buffalo, yeah, because that's the 90. That's the 91 one. I think the 87 one we won. I think that's when we played Denver, and then I think 83 we played against Miami. So I don't think we were. I think we were favored 92. I don't know about the 87 one, but I think 83 we were favored. So yeah,
I got no clue.
But Buffalo, I mean, it's shocking that y'all weren't favored because, look, I'm not a Buffalo fan, but I respect Buffalo. Those early 90s, late 80s Buffalo, that's one of the best teams I got to research, to look up, and a lot of stuff that they did, people are doing nowadays. They were one of the best no-huddle teams, and now, look at what's going on now. So,
okay. I'm just curious on that. All right, 7:33. It is that time once again. It's What's Your Take On. We usually do it on a Wednesday. Going to do it on a Thursday. Just random thoughts from yours truly that go through my head on a regular basis. Can I get a little bit of music there, J-Lo?
Yes,
get a little bit of background on this one, if you don't mind, please. That would be spectacular. All right, what's your take on a Thursday? All right, first one. Thinking about this the other day. Let's start with you, Suave. Why do people order fountain drinks with no ice? Isn't the beauty of getting a fountain drink
I know this.
at a fast food restaurant like that ice makes the drink, does it
You
not?
get like a nice Chick-fil-A ice, man. Go ahead, Suave. Sorry.
So what I've heard is without the ice, you get the purity of the drink.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that from multiple people. Like I had a friend who was a bartender, and they'll say, "Can I get the drink on the rocks?" So they get it with ice. So the ice kind of dilutes the drink. But if you say, "I want it straight," then you get the purity of it. So any type of content that comes with it, you're gonna get all of it. The ice will just take it away. So that's why people order drinks without the ice, so then with the fullness of the drink.
I've heard that people do it because you get more drink out of it, because the ice kind of, if you put a lot of ice in there, then you don't get much drink.
Yeah, but if you're in the restaurant, it's refillable.
Well,
so what do you care?
Yeah, but in fast food anyways.
Yeah, but there are people that are just very about make sure there's no ice on that, or light ice or something to that effect. I will say this, there are some fast food restaurants, College J Lo, they go about 4 scoops in. Like, what are you doing? Well, what are we doing here? I don't need the entire cup filled to the top with ice.
To the brim.
Look, my wife, she's big on the give me a lot more ice, right? She loves a lot of ice in her drink. Others want it with no ice. So, all right, next one. Can you turn up the music a little bit? I don't hear the music.
When I turn it up, it cancels out your mic a little bit.
Well, don't put it up too loud. That's perfect right there.
That's good.
I need a little bit of a beat.
Where it was before.
All right. Second thing, and my wife bought this the other day, and I'm a little old school, so I'm having a hard time grasping it there, Suave.
Mm-hmm.
Squeezable peanut butter. There's actually Jif. It's like a toothpaste where you can squeeze the peanut butter out. Now, I'm old school. I love popping that top and creamy peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter with nuts in there. I love that whole process.
So you're a crunchy
Are you
guy?
a fan? I love crunchy. Once in a while, I do love crunchy. Are you a fan, Suave, of squeezable peanut butter?
No. I'm like you. I'm old school. Give me the Jif. Open the thing up. Take the spoon. You know, gotta put this. I put it on the bread, and before I throw the spoon away, I'll put it in the sink. You know, you gotta let the spoon and then go away.
Part of it too is seeing the product before you put it on your food, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you feel that way? Like, I need to see what I'm about to eat.
Make sure you're not about to put like a dead fly
laid
in your
out.
food.
You know, it's not like ketchup or mustard where it's a condiment. This is an actual food. I don't want my food to be squeezable. I just got to mayo, fine. Ketchup, fine. Mustard, okay. Hot sauce, sure. Bring it out, don't care.
Hot sauce in the ooh, I don't know about that.
You know my point. My point is,
Yes,
you
I
know,
get
with
it.
food, I want to
Yes.
see it.
Yeah.
It's a condiment. All right, next one. Talking about bacon. Suave, are you a fan of your bacon being crunchy or being soft, almost chewable?
Ooh, that is a great question. Especially when my wife makes it. I think I'm probably more of a fan of the crunchy. It's like I'm gonna eat like a potato chip. I think I love the crunchiness of it. Yes. Well done, bacon.
Caleb, your thoughts?
I'm definitely a crunchy. I think crunchy is definitely the best, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of soft bacon as well, especially if it is crunchy bacon, but towards one of the ends, you have one of those air bubbles that's a little soft. If you know what I'm talking about? That's where it's at right there.
So if you enjoy the soft air bubble, why not go all soft? I am a fan. I'm a fan of soft. I do not love crunchy bacon.
I think you're a little bit in the minority with it.
I don't know. I thought throw it up on the poll this morning. Pacer payroll poll. Your bacon, do you enjoy it crunchy or soft? I think you will be surprised. To me, it's almost like it's burnt. You've overcooked the bacon. You lose a little bit of the luster of the bacon.
Is there such thing as overcooking bacon?
Look, yes.
Oh,
absolutely. There is.
Yes.
I've never had
There
burnt
is
bacon.
nothing better than going to Bagel Baker and getting a bagel sandwich in the morning, you know, eggs, cheese, and the bacon, and it's not overcooked, and it's soft, and you're getting the entire 100% of the taste, the texture, everything is there with soft bacon.
Their bacon's fresh too. Me and Suave saw it firsthand. We Suave made the sandwich, and it was very fresh.
So put it up on the poll this morning. Pacer payroll poll question: soft bacon versus crunchy bacon. I want to get people's thoughts on that. Next one, Swap. Is it an unwritten rule that if you use a car, should you return the driver's seat to the original position?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about this. I like my seat back so I can stretch out my legs. I don't want to get inside of a car like I'm driving a Steve Urkel Beetle. Like, seriously, like, good Lord. I like it because I get a car when I relax. I get in the car next to know my stomach is touching the steering wheel. Like, please just return it back to how I was before so I can relax. Man, yes.
I am like you. I am very passionate about this topic. Simply because I'm 6'6". My wife is 5'4". My daughter is 5'8". My son is 6'2". My son gets very agitated when I jump into his truck and I have to drive it and I move the seat back. But cardinal rule, I do not bring it back forward. He gets agitated. My wife being 5'4", there is nothing worse with her using my car, and then I'm trying to get into it. Especially if it's raining. I want to paint a picture here. It's raining or it's really cold outside, and you're trying to get into your car quickly, and I have absolutely no leg room to get in there. Now I've got to have 1 foot out, 1 foot in, door is open, freezing cold, trying to maneuver the seat back, which of course goes at a pace slower than a turtle to get that all the way back, right?
That's why the manual ones are better.
Yep, you get a little bit of those manual ones, or they got the presets, but the presets never work. Like, I think they're punking me on the preset. We got a preset on one of the cars, and I hit number 2. It never goes back to the position that I had it in. I think somebody is punking me on that. That's what I think.
Have you ever seen the movie Norbit with Eddie Murphy?
Yes.
You remember the part where Rasputia got in that car? And she kept saying, "You messing with my seat?" That's how it feels sometimes. Every time you get my seat, just every time.
Look, final topic before we go to the break. Are you a fan of the snapback hat or the Dan Quinn style hat that's got the you got the clasp and you can adjust it. He wears the hat on backwards. You know what I'm talking about? So the snapback is very simple. Like, I got a snapback here, right? You see the snapback, very simple. Boom, put it on. Yeah. Or the one where you got to kind of, adjust it a little bit. You got to push it out. Then you got to tighten it up.
No.
That's the Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn does it every game. Hat on backwards. Yeah. And then you got that flap that's sticking out, right? Do you tuck it in or do you allow it to be stuck in? These are things I think about.
I think you got to tuck it in for sure. And I go with the snapback. It's just so much easier. I mean, those other ones, whatever you want to call those other adjustable whatevers, they're so obnoxious.
Yeah. Really? Warpath? Snapbacks are the tools.
Yeah, Warpath chimed in on our YouTube page this morning. Snapbacks are tools are the devil.
Okay, Bobby Boucher, mama.
There you go. That for you, Warpath, this morning. There's your snapback. In fact, I'll even give you the audio. That's the audio right there. Making that adjustment nice and firm. All right, that'll do it for another installment of What's Your Take On? All right, good stuff. 7:42. Going into the break, a reminder that this segment of the morning drive is presented by SOS. SoldOnSite.com, 757-460-1111. That's 757-460-1111. Does your home have you in distress? Cash offer within 24 hours. Close within 7 days. Don't stress. Give a call to SOS. That's 757-460-1111. All right. Straight ahead. What's trending on social media? What are people talking about it? Suave will give you the latest. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This morning, on Interstate 64 westbound, a disabled vehicle has blocked the right shoulder near Yadkin Road. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. From Newport News to Norfolk, drive time is currently 30 minutes via Interstate 64 eastbound. And from Chesapeake to downtown, your drive time is 11 minutes via Interstate 464 northbound. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy it in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the gain.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Nino and Rich. Weekday afternoons 5 to 7 on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM at 100.9 FM.
If it made it in headlines, it made it here. Here's what's trending in sports with Suave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Don Suave with another What's Trending in Sports. And these ones that I picked out, looking in through the X, the sports. Oh, these are gold because the head coach of UConn, I'm talking about Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley, ladies and gentlemen, is radio gold. He is TV gold as well. So if y'all coach, y'all know UConn had a game. And it wasn't even about the game everybody was focusing on. Everybody was just focused on Dan Hurley and what he was doing. Typical Dan Hurley making content. He was out here barking at the referees, yelling at the referees. And, of course, everybody talked about that. So, after the press conference, Dan Hurley responded to the people seeing him. And of course he did. Of course. He got to because he ain't going to let things just go out without him knowing. So for your viewing and listening pleasure, here's Dan Hurley off of what people were saying, but him yelling at the referees. Take a listen to this.
The TV likes me, camera. I bet you I'm going to have the GAs. I'll release it to the media too. What was the game on today? It was on FS1. I just wish they'd put the camera on the other coach more. Obviously I had a moment with Coach Dad Mata today because he was so far out of the box that I figure I would just go over and have a powwow with him and Pat, but I just wish they would show these other coaches losing their minds at the officials in other Big East games that I'm coaching, where I look going into a timeout when I'm not talking to officials, I see the other coaches as demonstrative as I am. But the camera, obviously, I've created this for myself. I'm not no victim, but I just wish that they would not have the camera on me 90% of the time, unless they feel like it's driving ratings.
Look, he's 100% correct. He's 100% correct. I mean, if it's a UConn game, part of the attraction, people want to see how demonstrative, how out of control he is. So he's 100% correct. If you ever go to a game and you just sit courtside, man, both coaches are nuts. Like coaching college basketball, you got to be a little bit.
I'll tell you what.
upstairs. So that's part of it. Working the reps.
If you ever used to watch Jeff Jones on the sideline, ooh.
It's not only Jeff Jones, Mike Krzyzewski, the all-time greatest. I mean,
yes.
If you had behind Krzyzewski, you would need an R rating for that movie.
Yes.
But this is what they do. They got to work the officials early in a game to get those calls late in the game. And Hurley loves the attention. Yes, he does. But look, I give him credit. He's accountable. He's like, hey, I brought it upon myself. You have. You're winning basketball games. You're an attraction. You're demonstrative. People want to see your reaction. That's what it's all about. I don't believe FS1. ESPN, same way. Absolutely.
You know what college coach I would love to sit back to hear? Bobby Knight.
No.
Yes, I do. The stories I've heard of Bobby Knight are just legendary. I seen videos of him throwing the chair onto the court. I think he choked a player. So I just would love to hear exactly.
I've made this comment before. There are a lot of coaches at college basketball. They coach like they have an Uzi. Right?
Oh, man.
They coach like they have an Uzi. How many bullets are in the chamber? They got a lot of bullets in the chamber. That's how you coach. They're coaching every single possession. And I don't blame them at all. I know. You're dealing with 18, 19-year-olds, man. They don't listen. Trust me. I see it on the high school level. Look, you'd be amazed on the high school level. I have the utmost respect for high school coaches, but I don't know how they do it. You're coaching every possession. You have to. Unfortunately.
And I believe that because our basketball coach at my high school, Coach Breon, he went viral because on one of the games, one of the players from the opposing team was open, and Coach Breon ran towards that player and was like, and clapped at him. And I was like, what are you doing?
Hey, look, J-Lo, who is the best high school program in the area right now? We've talked a lot about it, right? Woodside. Who is their head coach again? Who's the head coach of Woodside?
Welsh.
Okay, watch him during a game.
Yeah.
Tell me one play that he takes off during a game. He doesn't.
There's one.
If
you watch them on the sideline, high school coaches play defense every possession.
Absolutely. God knows,
God knows if there's a player that dribbles anywhere near the sideline, coach is running over. Oh! You are laughing. It is so true.
They're in a defensive stance.
Yes, every time.
Shaka Smart
We're not
does
making
this
this
all
up.
the time.
We are not making this up, Suave.
Shaka Smart does this all the time in Marquette games. Look at him on the sideline. They get into it. I'm telling you. A lot of these coaches, you coach like you have an Uzi, not like you have a revolver, right? That's how they coach. Like I have an Uzi, not like a revolver. There's only so many bullets in the chamber. And an Uzi, you got a lot more bullets.
I was just about to ask you that too, Johnny D. What's your choice of gun as a coach?
And I would love to be a revolver, but unfortunately, I'm an Uzi. You do it.
All right.
I know what basketball games at this point.
Moving on.
Hey, no, this is a classic thing. So this was trending sports. This got over 26,000 views. And it's none other than Keyshawn Johnson. And he's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. And his take on the game. And apparently a lot of people talking about the Bills and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. So here's Keyshawn Johnson's response to the Chiefs and the Bills game. Let's take a listen to this.
Yeah, it is the opportunity that presents itself, but I don't think it's the best opportunity. It's an opportunity. It presents itself, but it's not the best because Kelsey's still there. Andy Reid, basically everybody's still there that you've been losing to. Chris Jones and Andy Reid and Kelsey and Mahomes, they still there. Until one of them exits, I'm going to stay rolling with the Chiefs at 15. I understand that you've beaten them in the regular season. I understand all that. That's great. But you've yet to do anything come postseason time. You know how we just finished talking about Lamar for 15 minutes about, well, he can't get over the hump and he can't figure out this. And well, guess what my narrative is? He can't beat Kansas City.
Right. In the playoffs.
He cannot beat Kansas City. Right. All we talking about right now is the playoffs. That's it. I don't care what you did in the regular season.
You beat them in the regular season.
You can't beat them in the playoffs. Whatever changes. I don't know if all of a sudden.
Enough of this audio. Enough of this audio. Look, here's the deal.
Come on, Johnny D.
I'm not a Keyshawn Johnson fan at all. All right. I think he's just a lot of words. That's what I think. I think he's a lot of words. However, he is 100% correct. All right. You're still going to roll with Kansas City and old number 15 under center until you beat him. Josh Allen knows that. The legacy of Josh Allen is on the line every single year, and people are going to continue the same narrative. You're great. We love you. Bills Mafia is behind you 100%. You got to beat Kansas City. You got to beat Andy Reid. You got to beat Patty Mahomes. You got to beat Travis Kelce. You need to beat them when it matters the most, which is in the postseason. I made this comment during the regular season. I don't care. You guys remember? I don't.
Yeah, you kept saying that.
I don't
yes, you
care. It's the regular season. Now is the time. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man, right? Isn't that your old wrestling?
Ric Flair. That's Ric Flair.
Over
yes,
there.
sir.
You want to be the man?
You got to beat the man.
And that man is number 15. So as much as I despise Keyshawn Johnson, which I do, he's 100% correct.
This is why this game is this week is going to be legendary. It's literally like the test for all the teams. Can Philly get to the Super Bowl with Saquon Barkley? Can Washington get to the Super Bowl after 33 years? Can the Chiefs three-peat? Can Josh Allen finally get that monkey off his back and beat Patrick Mahomes? This Sunday is about to be so much viewership. It's going to be crazy. NFL
about to more viewership than the entire NBA season combined.
Absolutely.
Look,
because
I'll tell the both of you this.
Go ahead
and take this any way you want. If Washington wins this weekend against Philadelphia and Buffalo loses again to Kansas City, I hate all Washington fans. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Are you telling me you have not sniffed the postseason and been relevant for how long? And I got a guy whose window is closing little by little and regular season success for the last 4, 5, 6 years. And again, I'm knocking on that door, and you guys just kick that door in and get in with a rookie quarterback.
Does that put McDermott on the hot seat?
Absolutely, it does. I'm telling you right now. That's one of my questions. Look, what are the questions tomorrow?
Yes.
Is going to be more pressure on him to win this weekend. Is it Nick Sirianni against the Commanders, or is it Sean McDermott? 100% it's on Sean McDermott. In fact, we talked about this with Lamar. I talked about it with Johnny Harbaugh. Leadership change. Yep. Leadership change. Tomlin, same thing. Leadership change in Buffalo will need to happen because you cannot waste a generational quarterback in Josh Allen the way you have in Buffalo with Sean McDermott. You can't do it.
Nope.
got 3 days, y'all. We got 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 more days, y'all. All right. So before we go to the break, let's just go ahead and play this video. Mad Dog, he agreed with you, Johnny D, about the college football playoffs. Let's take a listen to this, y'all.
I'll make this a quickie because I don't want to get myself fired. We got to get the championship game off Monday night. Everybody agree?
No. I don't agree with that.
It's too close to the divisional games. It doesn't get enough publicity. Give me a chance to breathe, please. Off Monday night. Okay. That's number one.
I agree. We talked about it ad nauseum on this show, too. I think they wasted a tremendous opportunity putting it on Monday night. Should have been on Friday prior to the NFL playoffs. It would have been great. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to figure out where the money is coming from and all that good stuff, but I do agree with Christopher Mad Dog Russo, which also, let me just throw this out, man. He has been tremendous.
Yes, he has.
He is really a joy. You love him, you hate him. That's who he is. What you see on TV is what you get in real life. He's been tremendous.
Absolutely. And that's what's trending in sports.
Yeah, by the way, Warpath has chimed in on YouTube this morning. Johnny's Velcro sneakers are too tight right now. Absolutely, man. I'm all about the laces. I made the comment. He was talking about snapbacks, right?
Yes.
Snapback hats are like laceless shoes, man. Easy on, easy off. The easier, the better for me. I got enough stuff to worry about. All right, straight ahead, we're going to start worrying about the conference championships. It's our Short Break Pizza pick segments brought to you by Short Break Pizza Tap House. She was on a heater last week. She ain't got to worry about no snow because it's melting right now as hot as she has been with her picks. 4-0 last week, Suave. The one and only Marissa stops by. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Look for a mix of clouds today, partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures above freezing into the mid-30s. For tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with lows dropping back down to the low 20s. For Friday, a little bit warmer as we climb to near 40 with partly cloudy skies. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
It's time for a Fox Sports 50 with Dino on Fox Sports 1310.
With a whip at CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
The personal injury law firm of Williams Deloach. WD Law helps individuals who have been hurt in an accident get the compensation they deserve. Williams Deloach PC, available 24/7 for free consultations on personal injury matters and more. 757-547-5555. That's 757-547-5555. Or visit WDLaw.com. Injured in an accident? Your first call should be Williams Deloach.
Or what? That's what you've always got to ask when some blowhard starts spouting guarantees. Or what? What are they going to do if they don't come through? Well, here's what Miller's Home Comfort will do if we can't deliver on our same-day water heater replacement guarantee. We'll give you $444 back from our quoted price if we don't finish the install in 24 hours. I call it our 444-24 guarantee. Because Miller's Home Comfort is putting this money where my mouth is. That's just the right thing to do. No one should have to go without hot water in their home. So, same-day water heater replacement is a must, as are easy payments if you need them. And if we're going to guarantee same day, we got to answer or what. That's what 444-24 is all about. So don't let other plumbing companies franchise you over with slow service and toothless guarantees. Call the professionals at
MillersHomeComfort.com. You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. Buckle up. It's time for your morning drive time headlines with Suave on Fox Sports 1310.
Good morning, good morning. It is 8 a.m. It's time for the Power Hour, and this is your Fox Sports update. The Rockets beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 109-108 last night. Darius Garland had 3 flagrant free throws late at the end of the game and missed 2 of them, leading to the Rockets' victory. Breaking news in the NFL, the New York Football Jets have hired Aaron Glenn to be their head coach. Glenn was previously the defensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions, and his contract is expected to be about 5 years. Number 13, Texas A&M won in dramatic fashion over number 16, Ole Miss last night, 63-62. Manny Obasaki hit a 3 with 14 seconds remaining, and the Rebels did not have an answer. Locally in the Royal Rivalry, the Dukes of JMU owned Old Dominion by a score of 74-60. The Monarchs turned the ball over 13 times, giving up 15 points off of turnovers. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cobra Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cobra Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 app. Straight ahead, Marissa joins us live from Shore Break and more. It's the Morning Drive.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, great to be with you. Final hour of the program on a Thursday. We like to call it Power Hour. All right,
yes.
Live at Hampton Road, Morning Drive. Here's truly Johnny D. Suave and Lloyd Diego. Fox Sports 1310 AM to Fox Sports 1310 app. Jayla, we're going to effort having Scott Jackson on the radio program tomorrow to talk about your interaction post-game last night, ODU.
So we're going to have a whole radio hit dedicated to a simple interaction.
Absolutely. I can't think of anything better.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? We're talking about interaction at a basketball game. When is it appropriate to talk to the play-by-play guy? You've already offended one guy, Tom McCarthy, up there, when you wanted to talk to him prior to him going on the air. He was ticked off. Then you've already offended another guy post-game when he's trying to wrap up. Stop, I'm talking here, okay? When he is trying to wrap up ODU JMU, and you offended him. So the question is how many people are you going to offend before you figure it out? So we'll talk to Scotty J coming up tomorrow, right? Plus, look, he's also the post-game host of the Washington Commanders, so we'll get his thoughts on Commanders-Eagles coming up tomorrow.
That's a good hit to do.
Also, Seth Joyner.
Yes.
Is he still Washington public enemy number one? Will be
Better
joining
not back
us
down,
tomorrow.
Suave.
Oh, please. No. That mean he could do something that Neil couldn't do. So he want to talk sports and talk that kind of talk. I'm here for it.
Now, look, in hour number 2, we played the latest Philadelphia Eagles hype song. We will play that again coming up here in a little bit because I want to get Marissa's thoughts on it. But joining us right now, we do it each and every week at this time. It is our Pizza and Pig segment. It is brought to you by Shorebreak Pizza and Tap House. It's never too early, J-Lo, to start making
Never too early.
Start thinking about happy hour. Shorebreak's got some brand new happy hour specials that you don't want to miss. For more information, go online at shorebreakvb.com. 4-0 last week. She is back, and she said, forget about doing the hit from the bar. I'm doing it outside. Look, she ain't afraid to go out into the elements, J-Lo, and do her picks, right? Not like John Harbaugh over there at Baltimore, who's afraid to go outside and practice. Miss Marissa is joining us this morning in the elements this morning. Good morning, Marissa. How are you?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting outside today to flex that I handle the cold weather better than Mark Andrews can. So,
wow. I mean, coming right out of the gate.
As a Pittsburgh Steelers right there.
As a Steelers fan, I get it. And also, let's applaud Bills Mafia. I don't know if you saw this or not, Marissa, but on social media, in an effort to support the Ravens tight end Mark Andrews, Bill Mafia has now donated close to $60,000 and counting to his breakthrough T1D organization, which works towards curing and improving the lives of those dealing with type 1 diabetes, like Mark Andrews. So, again, Suave, the greatest fans in the world.
It's y'all.
Bills Mafia.
Absolutely.
it might just be.
Yes. I would love for somebody to donate money to Bills Mafia because they beat somebody in the playoffs. That's what I would love. Like somebody return the favor would be nice. All right, let's get to our picks. 2 big games coming up this weekend. Obviously, Commanders, Philadelphia. I'll get to that second. First game I want to look at, Marissa, Buffalo taking on Kansas City. Your thoughts?
Oh, I'm picking Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo all the way because, 1, I love you, Johnny. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills now. And 2, I'm done with Patrick Mahomes at Kansas City. Sorry, Mom. I know you love Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not rooting for him this season.
Yeah, that's one of our poll questions today, so I think I know your answer. Are you kind of over the whole Kansas City theme with Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid? You
And
are.
Taylor Swift.
And Taylor Swift. Whoa. I did not.
Oh,
Again, the thoughts and opinions on this radio program are those of Marissa at Shorebreak and not those of Johnny D and the Morning Drive crew when it comes to the Swifties. So I just want that out and about. So you are looking at the game this weekend. You like Buffalo to win and Josh Allen have a big game.
Yes, Josh Allen, rooting for him again. So 200-plus passing yards and at least one touchdown, one TD.
All right, so Marissa, Buffalo to win on the road. Right now, it opened up at -1. It's sitting at -2. Money line is a +110 for Buffalo to win outright. The total on that one is 47.5. Josh Allen, 200-plus passing yards and a touchdown in Kansas City this weekend. All right, that is pick number 1. Pick number 2, something that is near and dear to the hearts of both Suave and J-Lo. Let's talk about it. The Commanders taking on the Eagles this weekend.
Again. So last week I said, you heard it here first, the Commanders are going to win. And I'm going to say it again. The Commanders are going to win this one too.
There you go. So
yes.
Nice. So you're going to take the Commanders. For those that are wondering, right now the money line for the Commanders is +230 there, Suave. +230. Put that 500 into the ESPN bet app, Suave. And what would you win? Commanders getting 6 total on this one. Believe it or not, is the same as the Buffalo-Kansas City game, sitting at 47.5. So you like the Commanders to win. What prop bets do you like?
I'm going to say that Jalen Hurts, 2 interceptions. Okay, I'm calling that one.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And Terry McLaurin, 100-plus receiving yards and a touchdown as well. So all Commanders all the way.
You love the Commanders all the way. I will possibly agree with you with the Terry McLaurin. I could see that happening. Can you help me understand the Jalen Hurts, a guy that does not like to throw the football? The only situation I can imagine that happening is that Washington gets out to a lead and Philadelphia needs to abandon the run and go to the passing game. Is that how you're seeing this play out?
That was my thought too, because if the Commanders are going to come out hot and heavy to start the game, the Eagles are going to be flustered. They're going to have to come up with something different.
Okay.
Hence, to Jalen Hurts interceptions.
So once again, she likes Commanders to win outright. Terry McLaurin, 100-plus receiving yards and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts with 2 interceptions. All right, there you go. Those are Marissa's picks for this weekend. And before we let you go, I'd like to play a video for you, and I'd like to get your thoughts as a neutral fan. Suave, it's okay. As a neutral fan, I want to get your honest opinion on the latest Philadelphia Eagles hype video that has come out in preparation for this game on Sunday. J-Lo, if you don't mind, can you hit that, please, for Marissa?
Walked in the link, surprised to see the Commanders been winning, but this Sunday they're gonna get beat. We're gonna do our duty and win the NFC because the Eagles on the road to the Super Bowl. So when they get in from DC, we're gonna kick them in the butt. Bird gang, bird gang, bird gang. AJ getting open, mixed with the backfield explosion. We're gonna kick them in the butt. Bird gang, bird gang. Then send them home after we kick them in the butt. All night long. They been getting kicked in the butt. Oh yeah. Every day getting kicked in the butt. Oh yeah. Quinn getting kicked in the butt. Oh yeah. The Commodores getting kicked in the butt. Kick them in the butt. Kick them in the butt. On Sunday. On Sunday you're going down.
I mean, come on, Marissa. Give us your honest thoughts on a scale 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
Oh my
1
gosh.
being not the best. Give us your honest reaction on that.
That was so creative. I don't agree with it, but it's creative. For creativity, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. For accuracy, for how the game's gonna go, I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10.
Wow, Suave, is that a little bit better? Suave's just not a fan. Look, Suave, forget about the message. I mean, from
Suave
a creativity standpoint, nothing. You got nothing?
No. I'm here. I'm just listening because creativity. I'm all for. Like I said, you did it to a classic song in the 80s. I understand that, but it's like one of those ones like you're just doing it because we got our hype song, so you just want to join the fun. And it's like, okay, that's cute. Very cute.
That's cute.
I have noticed though, and there's also a comedian that's on social media along with this guy, that for some reason Philadelphia loves the oversized hats look. Like a lot of those fans have the oversized head look.
Yeah.
And they also like putting small people in Eagles costumes. Like, I don't understand this. Have you noticed that on social media, Suave? They have the oversized hats, and they love putting small people in these bird costumes.
Now, I never seen the small people, but yeah, the big hats, yeah, because there's a guy named... Oh, you talking about that? Oh, yeah, that was what you're talking about?
There's been multiple ones. There have been multiple ones.
See, I want to address this. There's a guy named Gilly the Kid.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, because he was a rapper at one time. He does this thing. He wears oversized hats, and he be dancing around and all that stuff. So it's when they lose, all he does is stare at the camera. So I know for a fact when Sunday if they lose, he's just gonna stare at the camera and people hide your kids because the words he's gonna be saying is gonna be rated R. And it's going to be funny. So, yeah, I've seen this all the time.
And, of course, your one spot to watch both of the games Sunday afternoon is Shore Break Pizza Tap House. 2 locations in Virginia Beach, the OG on Shore Drive, the brand new location out at Sandbridge and Pungo. And very quick before we go to the break, Marissa, tell us about, we got some happy hour specials now. We're now rolling out there at Shore Break, correct?
Yeah, so very highly requested for going on 12 years I've worked for the company. Everybody's been asking for this. Food on happy hour. And we finally got it. We're the answer to your prayers. 3 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Come check us out. We have fantastic food specials, fantastic drink specials. So definitely come see us for sure.
And, of course, for more information, go to the website, shorebreakvb.com. Marissa, always a pleasure. I appreciate you going outside in the elements today to show everybody that you're going to flex and you will give your picks when it is 22 degrees outside. Good work out of you.
Yes.
I appreciate
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Marissa.
Bye, guys.
Short break. 4-0 last week, boys. Her picks this week, she likes the road teams. Washington to go into the link and knock off the Philadelphia Eagles, and Josh Allen to knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, 8:16, a reminder. Coming up at about 8:25, 8:30, we'll get a preview of the Bills-Chiefs from a friend of the program, Seren Petro, live from Kansas City. He covers the Chiefs every single day, so we'll talk to him. Also, do we have confirmation? Will Lee Sterling be on the program, J-Lo, at 8:45 this morning to give his best bets? He told us last week that he typically takes off, but if the Commanders continue to win, he will be on the radio program. Do we have confirmation?
He is not going to be able to come on today.
Okay, he will not be able to come on. That is okay. Says we will start to give our best bets for the weekend. Thank you very much.
And I did look into that for you too, Johnny D. If I put for $500 down, then I will win $1,650.
What are we doing, Swaff? I mean, again, you're the poster child for the Washington Commanders. You come on this radio show every single day with your Commanders gear, with your Commanders song. Hell, you're an employee of the Washington Commanders. You are. At what point do you put your money where your mouth is? We talked a lot about this with Tampa. We talked a lot about this with Detroit. Both heavy underdogs. In fact, this is the smallest line of the postseason, I believe. I thought it was 8.5, right? Was it 8.5 at Tampa? I got up to 9.5 at Detroit. Took care of business both times. Okay? What are we waiting for?
I'm going to make my best bet February 10th.
So the Super Bowl?
The day after the Super Bowl.
You got to be better than that. You have to be.
No, you got to roll with the flow now, Suave. Now you're in too deep, not making bets.
No, I'm not. Right. No, because here's the thing about it. This is worse than making a bet because everyone is looking. Everyone looks at the show, looks at my Facebook,
so
Instagram.
Gonna know if you lose that bet.
Exactly. Do you understand? The kind of things that are going to come out is if I was to lose money from this, the jokes will be endless. Forget my mom. Yeah, my mom. No, forget my mom. I have a lady at the house. So if I was to lose $500, she's gonna be my life's gonna be changed. That's
the problem, Suave, is you're talking about losing. What if you win?
I mean,
she gonna be waiting at the door with open arms.
What if you win? That's what it's all about.
It's all about that.
That's right. Hey, a reminder, we are broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios, Virginia Beach. We are serviced by Kellum Mechanical. Tell them Kellum Plumbing this winter. Check the pipes, drip them faucets. It's cold outside. Schedule a visit today. Go to kellummechanical.com. All right around the corner, your texts, your tweets on a Thursday morning, 757-497-1310. Also, we will break down Bills Chiefs. Friend of the program, Soren Petro, stops by. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
On Interstate 264 eastbound, expect a slight delay between Interstate 64 and Greenwood Drive due to an accident now pushed onto the shoulder. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. From Chesapeake to downtown Norfolk, drive time is 11 minutes via 464 northbound. And from Virginia Beach to Norfolk via Interstate 264 westbound, drive time is 20 minutes. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Dodge Jeep Ram Newport News. Huge savings on remaining new 24 inventory. Low APR financing available. Plus up to $1,000 extra for your trade-in. Don't miss the Start Something New sales event at Southern. Southern Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram NewportNews.com.
442552475 for details.
Tuning in to the high school football game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping the public safe in dangerous times. No matter what the reason, Fox Sports 1310 AM is here to serve you. Visit wearebroadcasters.com to learn more and tell us how you depend on AM.
You're listening to The Morning Drive on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM. And always free on the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
Great to be with you on a Thursday morning, 8:23 in Hampton Roads, 24 degrees. Morning Drive. You're truly Johnny D, Suave J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we will break down the Chiefs, Bills. Friend of the program, Soren Petro, will join us. Sports Radio 810, also the host of the Red, Gold, and Bold Kansas City football podcasts each and every week. So we'll get his thoughts on that. What is Hank talking about this morning? Has the scroll run its course? I love the scroll. And in fact, if you missed the scroll of Hank this morning, you could go to our YouTube page this afternoon at Cova Sports TV, where we will archive it. Also put it up on the X at Drive Johnny D. There are very few things that I look forward to every single morning doing this radio program. And the scroll of Hank is one of them.
Me too.
I look forward to the scroll of Hank. I'm always curious to see what Hank's got going on upstairs, because he's a little delusional. I'm not going to lie. It's the parting shots that I have a little bit of a problem with Hank. We ain't got to talk about kitty litter this morning on the radio show. So, by the way, Soren Petro coming up. And then at 7, say about 8:45 this morning, I'm going to put the boys to the test. I got a little bit of trivia this morning. A top 10 was released yesterday by FanDuel, so we're gonna test the boys' trivia this morning, Suave and J-Lo, and see how many they can answer out of the top 10, right? So that is coming up here in a little bit. Let me get to a couple of text messages that have rolled in this morning, boys. The Tell 'em Talking text line is open at 757-497-1310, and then we got to get an update of the payroll poll question this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D. Okay. The 757 chimes in. ODU sports is in a bad place right now. Can we make sweeping changes across the board? Suave, do you agree or disagree with that comment about ODU sports right now? And look, we're talking about the main revenue sports, right, of football and basketball.
We're not talking about field hockey?
No, we're not talking about field hockey.
They're great in field hockey.
I know they are. They're very good at field hockey.
But we don't care about that.
Yeah.
So, I think, Mike Jones just got in, so I guess we got to give him time. Delisha, she does her thing with the women's basketball, so, she good, but the number one person is going to be Ricky Ronnie. It's going to be what's going to happen this season. And if they don't produce this year, then I guess it's time for him to go too, change the management.
Well, his contract's up in next year, I believe. I could be on that. And, it's going to be a big year for Coach Ronnie. They've made strides. It just seems like every time they take a step forward, they take 2 steps back. Every time I look at ODU football. So we'll see. You got some experience coming back at the quarterback situation. So we'll get into that. Also, very quick, and then we'll get to Soren Petro. The 804 chimes in, says, Commander fans need to wake up. No way Eagles don't run all over Dan Quinn this weekend. Barkley cannot be stopped. Look, what did the Lions run for? 200 plus in that football game?
Yeah.
And they were trailing most of the game?
Yes, they were.
Look, I know you guys love your Commanders. I just don't see it. I don't see it this weekend. And I think it hurts playing them a third time, right? I think Tampa, when they play Tampa, Jaden Daniels is a much different quarterback. That defense is much different than the second time around. And I think Detroit was a little bit of a fraud. In all honesty, there's a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and Jared Goff does what Jared Goff does.
Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it with Detroit. Number one scoring offense. No one saw it with Detroit.
Yeah.
So no one's going to see it with Philly. We're like you, Johnny D. Let's keep us under the radar. Keep us under the radar.
Hey, man, I'm a Bills fan. I love to be under the radar all year long. Nobody talk about Josh Allen for MVP, please. I think when you start talking about Allen for MVP, things go the other way. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. I want to talk about Travis Kelce. I want to talk about the best coach in the National Football League, the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League, the best special teams in the National Football League, the best training staff in the National Football League, the best quarterback in the NFL, the best tight end. They are the best team. They're the Kansas City Chiefs. And joining us right now is friend of the program. You can check him out on the X at Soren Petro. He is the host of the Red, Bold, and Gold podcast. Soren joining us once again. Do you agree or disagree? They are the best in the NFL, no doubt about it. In fact, they shouldn't even play this game this weekend, Soren. Just kind of give that HOV lane to the Super Bowl should be for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I I'll quote the great American philosopher Ric Flair, who said, "If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man." So,
woo!
They are the best team in the league until proven otherwise. They're two-time defending champions, and they had the best record. I think there's a lot of reason to believe that the Buffalo Bills were better than them when the season got going and throughout. But I do think whoever, I mean, it's obviously going to be proven on the field on Sunday. But if the Buffalo Bills win, they will have beaten the best version of the Kansas City Chiefs. There will be no excuse. They've been much more healthy and gotten some people back. And I think if the Bills win this game, they will have accomplished something bigger than what they accomplished in the regular season. Obviously, because it's the playoffs. I just mean they will have beaten a better version of the Chiefs this time if they do win.
And the same could go for Buffalo. Buffalo is as healthy as they're going to be going into this game. They're as healthy as they could be last week in their win. And there were times against Baltimore they did not look good. The one thing about Kansas City, and I think people hold it against them, but I think it's been a good thing, the success in one-score games, right? And a lot of people say, hey, look, they're walking a tightrope. But I look at it the opposite way. Like, they have the ability to win close games. That's a good thing, don't you think?
I think it's a great thing, and I think it starts with the quarterback. I mean, I think Buffalo has that ability as well. I really think all four teams left have it. They all have quarterbacks that can get you down the field. The reality is football is becoming more like basketball when it comes to offense and defense. And it's not to say that one's more important than the other, although I do think offense is more important. But I say that because no one posts shutouts anymore, right? Like we used to have companies in Kansas City that would be like, oh, if the Chiefs shut out the Chargers, you bought a TV this week, it's free, right? Like no one does that because no one gets shut out anymore because you can't blank an offense. We know that you can score. You're expected to score. You better be able to score. And now what sets the elite teams apart are the teams that can score with limited time, can score when the other team knows they have to throw the football. That takes quarterbacks, right, to do it. And we're seeing that's why the Commanders turned around so quickly, is because they added Jaden Daniels to the mix. You need somebody who can move the football down the field when they know you have to throw, and you need somebody who a minute 11 and one timeout is, we feel good about 3 and we got a shot at 7, right? You need somebody who 13 seconds and a couple of timeouts is a field goal possibility. And that's how the Chiefs beat the Bills, as you know, Johnny, a couple of years ago in the playoffs. They had only 13 seconds and they needed 3 to tie it and send it to overtime. And then, of course, they won the coin toss. So, that is the difference. And the Chiefs have the ultimate weapon when it comes to that. They have Patrick Mahomes. You mentioned Andy Reid. They have a great play designer. They have a great offensive scheme. They have some good weapons, but mostly it's 15. And I watched a lot of years of football of awful quarterbacking, but I watched some pretty good quarterbacking in Alex Smith. But 151 and 3 timeouts was a field goal of 49 yards, right? Like he just was not going to rocket you down the field. He was not going to take those chunk plays that you have to be able to take. And I think that's the difference. And so if it's close, you better not leave the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands. And I will say this, the Bills get that. I think the Bengals get that. There are a handful of teams that become much more aggressive on 4th down and say, we're not giving the football back. And that's how the Bills beat the Chiefs the last time, was 4th and 2 with 2.5 to go and a chance to go up 3. Old school football was you take the field goal, go up 5 with the 3. They didn't do it. They put it in their quarterback's hands. It was kind of a broken play, but he made a play. They've got a star. He not only got the first down, he got the touchdown and made Patrick Mahomes' next possession moot. So that's the key. They have that guy. They have 15, but they're going up against a team of the Bills that also has Josh Allen.
It is amazing you make that comment, but last weekend, McDermott in a similar situation, I don't want to say exact situation, but similar situation against Baltimore on a 4th and short, opted to go for the field goal. My question becomes, Sean McDermott in the playoffs, how much pressure is on McDermott to get it done? Because in my mind, we talk a lot about Mike Tomlin, right? And regular season success, and he gets to the playoffs and he's one and done. And I know he won a Super Bowl, God, it's 18 years ago, I think at this point, but it has not really gotten close since. At what point, if you're Buffalo, do you look at the body of work and go, look, Sean McDermott, you have been great for 8 or 9 years, like from a regular season, the ability to turn the franchise around, but the window for number 17 is closing. And when you have a talent like that under center, you can't waste it. Is there a lot of pressure, you think, on McDermott to win this one?
Yeah, I think there is, but I think it's mostly fan pressure, right? Like it's the pressure we put on them. It's the pressure from the media of answering the questions, of it building, and really the questions that we ask are what fuel the fans. So I think it really is a fan question. The reality of what kind of pressure is in his head depends upon, one, how his ownership, Like, is his job really in question? I mean, you can want to win, but you will get over it if you have control of the football team. Andy Reid had pressure. I watched Andy Reid, and I spent a lot of time telling people, like, listen, Andy Reid's never had the Hall of Fame quarterback. And there are people who were talking about Andy Reid being out before Patrick Mahomes took over in 2018. And they're like, he can't get you over the hump. Look what he did in Philadelphia. The difference with McDermott is he has the guy, right? Mm-hmm. He has the quarterback. There's no excuse of, well, we're making it with a lesser guy. So I think that's the difference for him. But I think if ownership has his support, listen, I'm not going to lie, a big fat paycheck, makes it a lot easier to get over it, put the whole family on a private jet and head to an island for a couple of weeks. That's a good way to decompress. But it is nice. That's the one thing that Patrick Mahomes let a lot of air out of the room real fast. His first year as a starter, 5,050 and an MVP. Okay, we know we got our guy. There's no more looking around. We don't have to wonder, is he it? Isn't he? That's the Commanders have that. Jaden Daniels, has seemingly put that to rest. I'll say CJ Stroud didn't have the best follow-up season. You would have said that maybe he put that to rest, so we'll see it. Maybe it does take 2 years, but here in Kansas City, Mahomes knocked it out of the park with an MVP, and then the second year he won the championship. And I remember telling people, look, that takes all the heat off Andy Reid, takes all the heat off him. There's not going to be any question of can he win the big one or he can't, people doing that. All that goes away if you can get that one championship. And the Bills have been fighting longer with McDermott, been fighting longer with Allen. And I do think it's something that's necessary. And if you're a Commanders fan, I heard you guys talking when you're waiting to come to me, and listen, I think it's a giant opportunity to knock all that out. First of all, he is checking a lot of boxes. Can this guy win a playoff game? Yeah, he can. Right. And Commanders fans can feel good about that. And that takes a lot of pressure off him and a lot of pressure off the rest of that organization. The further he goes, the more you silence any potential critics that could pop up over the next couple of years.
Quarterback play is so important. And look, we had a couple of Detroit people on the show last week, and they were talking about the environment of Ford Field. It's the playoffs. The Lions were there last year. They blew a 17-point lead to San Fran, but they were knocking on the door. This year's going to be a little bit different. And we kind of told them, be careful what you wish for, because Jaden Daniels is different. He's built differently, like he's special. And you saw it firsthand when you get a quarterback who is special, a Mahomes and Allen and Daniels, it really invigorates that organization, right? It's just this, everybody feels better coming into the building, and it does make a big difference. Hey, before I let you go, let's get your prediction. I want to get your official prediction for Bills Chiefs. Also want to get your official prediction for Commanders Eagles coming up this weekend.
For the Bills and Chiefs, I do like the Chiefs. I mentioned I think this is the best version of the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I think people, when you watch them from afar, you think it's just Patrick Mahomes, it's just Travis Kelce, but they got Charles Omenihu back along their defensive line, which gave them a lot more depth. It creates more one-on-one opportunities for Chris Jones. He was by far the most doubled defensive lineman in football, and so I think that has really helped a lot. Their pass rush is back. It was number 2 in the NFL last year in terms of sacks, and it had fallen to like 26th or 7th. This year, when Omenihu came back, that's really put the teeth back in their pass rush. They get Jalen Watson back last week, who was their starting corner, was doing a really good job of being, 80, 85, 90% of what L'Jarius Sneed was the year before. So now they add him back, and they'd really, figured out how to play without him before that. Steve Spagnuolo is so great back in the D backfield. He's great with the blitzes. So defensively, they are by far their best version. And they didn't sack Josh Allen once last time. I think they will get him, and that's saying something. Just getting him once, 14 sacks allowed. I mean, it's a great Buffalo offensive line, and Josh Allen is great at sack avoidance. But I think they're a lot better at getting to the quarterback, so that helps on offense. Hollywood Brown went down on the first play that he was in a preseason game. They got him back. He's added to the depth of the wide receiver core. DeAndre Hopkins has settled in a little bit more. Xavier Worthy is more accomplished. They've gotten Isaiah Pacheco back. He didn't play in that game. They've moved, their left guard and Joe Thuney out to left tackle. So they're a lot better at protecting the quarterback now. Not so good running the ball blocking wise, but they're better at protecting the quarterback. So this is their best version. Long story. With all that, the Chiefs just win, right? 3-0 in the playoffs against the Bills. I'll take them to get it done. I'll say something in the neighborhood of 30-24.
Okay.
And for the Commanders, love the Commanders in the points. I'll take that all day, but that's different than winning the game. I do think that they will keep it close. I think the question is, can Philadelphia get to where they are more than 8 points up with a couple minutes to go? Otherwise, Jaden Daniels with the football in his hand should scare the hell out of the Eagles. And I think that's probably what we're going to get, is Jaden Daniels valiantly driving the Commanders down for the backdoor cover, and then maybe looking for the onside kick with 1:21 to go that they don't get, and the Eagles win it. I'll say something in the neighborhood of I know the what is it, 48, I think is the total.
Yeah, 47.5 right now.
I'll go over, but I don't think it's going to be the 40-something to 40-something. I'll say 27-24. We'll take it over, but I'll take the Eagles to get it done. Although I would never bet that. I mean, I would never bet on the Commanders. I think never bet on the Eagles. I would play the Commanders or don't play it. And I think if the game gets out of hand, it gets out of hand with the Commanders winning it, because I'm not sure Jalen Hurts is right.
All right, friend of the program, check him out on the X at Soren Petro, one of the best. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not only the knowledge that makes Soren Petro great. J-Lo and Suave, I want you to pay attention to this. What makes a radio host great is the ability to use the old school yellow sticky notepads, man. That's what it's all about. Soren's got about 17 in the background, right? There it is. I mean, look, great minds think alike.
Legal pad.
That's what it's all about.
Press conference,
Forget about technology.
Pad,
yeah, that doesn't exist. You just peel these babies off and you just start sticking them. Just start sticking them everywhere.
The size, do you need Johnny? Do you need a different color?
Wow. Okay, now you're out of control.
That's
now,
what about when it's just a quick thought? Just a little.
Now I don't even know who you are. Don't even know who you are. Hey, enjoy the action this weekend, my friend.
Always great being with you. Love you, brother.
All right, Soren Petro joining us here on the radio program. Thank you very much. You can follow him on the X at Soren Petro. So there you go, boys. He likes the Commanders getting the points this weekend. Not really sure about them winning it outright. So we'll talk more about that. But good stuff. And if you missed any Soren Petro, you could go to the YouTube page at Cova Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. I greatly appreciate that. Look, a reminder that we are broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios, Virginia Beach. We are represented by the personal injury law firm of Williams Deloche. If you are injured in an accident or suffer any type of personal injury, you walk outside there, Suave or J-Lo, you slip on a little bit of black ice, maybe one of those cars doing Tokyo Drift this morning, Suave. My first call, your first call should be to Williams Deloche, 757-547-5555. That's 757-547-5555. Or visit them online at williamsdeloche.com. All right, we're going to put the boys on the spot. That is straight ahead. You don't want to miss it. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
On Interstate 264 eastbound, expect a slight delay between Interstate 64 and Greenwood Drive due to an accident now pushed onto the shoulder. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. From Chesapeake to downtown Norfolk, drive time is 11 minutes via 464 northbound. And from Virginia Beach to Norfolk via Interstate 264.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Who comes to mind
For me, nurses are right at the top of the list, given their care for my loved ones over the years. At the Good Feet store, we often engage with nurses who are battling with pain in their feet, knees, and back, and they come to the Good Feet store looking for relief. Here is Donna, a nurse sharing her story of what she experienced after visiting the Good Feet store.
Oh, I have to tell you, I have struggled with pain in my feet. I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. With the 3-step program, it really fits to your lifestyle. I'm a registered nurse, so being on my feet, walking throughout the hospital during the day, I am free from any type of pain. And after working a 12-hour shift, I go home and my feet do not hurt.
Whether you're a nurse or anyone wanting to enjoy your career without your feet getting in the way, come see us at the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store is in Virginia Beach and Hilltop North and in Newport News in the Marketplace at Tech Center. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
There are purists who do that. Hey, Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous, or Ty Cobb. And, back then you had writers who really held a grudge against some athletes. I do think your vote should be public. I have a problem if somebody says he's not a Hall of Famer his first year, but his 7th year he's a Hall of Famer.
Dan Patrick. The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Cova Sports TV.
Yes, sir. Thursday edition. Great to be with you. 8:45 at Hampton Roads. Want to thank Soren Petro, live from Kansas City, joining us this morning. Friend of the program. If you missed any of the great interviews all week long, a reminder, subscribe to us on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. That's at Cova Sports TV. Good stuff right there. A reminder, coming up tomorrow, it's a Feel Good Friday. It's Feel Good Football Friday. We'll have our official predictions for the games coming up this weekend. Also, Seth Joyner, former Philadelphia Eagle, now an analyst, NFL Network, will join us to talk about the game. If you want to know who Seth Joyner is, he is the individual earlier this week that went viral there, Suave, and said there is no way that the Commanders have a snowball chance in hell of winning this football game coming up this weekend. So we'll ask him what he thinks. What do you really think, Seth? Don't hold back, right?
Yeah, don't hold back.
Also, will you have a response to the hype video that we've been talking about this morning for Philadelphia? Is 24 hours enough for Suave to put together a response?
Oh, you mean like do a video myself?
Absolutely. We take you, take J-Lo, put J-Lo in a Commander's uniform. I mean, something.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, no.
We're not doing that.
You want me to come to Hampton today, Suave?
Well, we got a response coming anyway. So should we go ahead and announce it right now, Johnny D?
Yeah, so what is the announcement that you guys have?
So, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all may know, one of the, you go turn that music just a little bit down so they can hear me. So, a lot of Washington Commanders fans who look at the program know about the Commanders song, which is the left hand up, who are we Commanders?
The Commanders.
3 o'clock today, me and my PIC partner in crime, J-Lo, will be actually talking to them on video. And what we're going to do is we're going to record it. And tomorrow, if we have Johnny D's blessing, we're going to put it on the Morning Drive. It is the interview with me.
And listening
why are you asking for my permission? What do I?
Because
it's your show.
It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
But it's our show. And if you guys want to talk to the Commanders and have a little fanboy segment going on, that's fine by me. If you guys want to fanboy and everybody kind of
are we doing Rio
together? What's that?
Are we doing Rio tomorrow?
I'll ask him today.
I didn't know if we were or not.
I'll ask him today. But yeah, for that's the tease. So look out for that tomorrow. Me, J-Lo, with our boy Goody, 757, all y'all. We're going to be interviewing the Commanders song artist today at 3 o'clock. And you will see it tomorrow on the Morning Drive.
Can you ask him, give us a version that counters number one and number two. Just let me know ahead of time what time we're going to be doing this interview so I know when to go to the bathroom because I got to take a bathroom break. So that would be perfect.
Yep. We'll discuss it after the show.
Oh, no. Okay, no. Okay. Got you, Johnny D. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Bathroom break, and I can't think of a perfect time than when you guys are all fanboying it up with a Commanders guy. Just saying. Hey, very quick. I do want to get to something here real quick. I want to put both of you on the spot, just your knowledge. But I do want to get to one more text that rolled in via the Tell Them Kelm Talking text line on a Thursday. Always good to hear from the 434 has chimed in this morning. The 434 says, hey, could we hear from Scott Jackson this morning? It sounds like he treated J-Lo like UVA treats the end zone. Avoid at all costs.
Wow.
We'll try to get Scotty J on the program tomorrow. Right? I was trying to give a straight face, but I couldn't. That was just a tremendous text that came in via the Tell 'em Kelm Talking text line. All right, look, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Here we go. Top 10. Top 10 rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. Top 10 rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. We've got 10 different individuals, I believe. Yes, we do. I want to see how many of these individuals that both of you can name out of the top 10. Top 10 rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. This is according to FanDuel. FanDuel put out a poll, right? And they put together all the numbers, historically speaking, top 10. So we know Jaden Daniels is going to be what? Number one. Talked about him possibly having the greatest rookie quarterback season in the history of the NFL. All right, Suave, give me another name that you think is on this list. Got to come up with 10. Let's see how many of the 10 you two can get.
All right, so you want to go back and forth? We just throw off names.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay, so definitely C.J. Stroud.
Going to go with C.J. Stroud is number 5 on the list of what he did last year, 2023. Okay?
J-Lo.
Lamar Jackson?
Going to go with Lamar Jackson. No, Lamar Jackson is not on the top 10 for his rookie season.
What about or it's just Suave go? Go ahead, Suave.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck is not
what
on the top 10 rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. He is not on there. You guys are not off to a good start. You got Jaden Daniels and you got C.J. Stroud. Those are the easiest.
Deshaun
2024, 2023. Who?
Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson is not on the top 10 list.
He's good with the Texans.
Okay.
All right. So
how about another Washington great? You guys know it.
RG3.
RG3 back in 2012. Right? But what do you mean you don't want to say the obvious? It's the top 10. That's what you're trying to get, the obvious. I'm telling you, man, some of the comments that you make on this radio show are just priceless. Absolutely. I don't want to state the obvious. No, I want you to state the obvious. You got to knock out the top 10 here. Okay, so you got 3. We got RG3, that's number 4. You got CJ Stroud, that's number 5. We got Jaden Daniels, that's number 1.
What about Cam Newton?
Cam Newton, correct. Cam Newton, number 7 back in 2011. His season back in 2011. He's number 7. All right, keep going.
I got one. I got one.
Forget about J-Lo. J-Lo, you're just mute J-Lo's mic. I mean, are you part of this or not?
Alex Smith?
No, forget J-Lo. Just take J-Lo out of the content altogether. Alex Smith? What are we talking about at Alex Smith?
This got to be him. Hank, is it Dak Prescott?
Absolutely. Dak Prescott is number 8. On the top 10 in 2016 is Dak Prescott. So we got Jaden Daniels, number 1, 2024. RG3 in 2012 is number 4. CJ Stroud, 2023 is number 5. Cam Newton is number 7 in 2011. Dak Prescott, number 8 in 2016. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. 5 out of the top 10 to go. Number 10, I'll give you a hint. Number 10, he just got a brand new head coach. You wouldn't consider him, but his numbers were historically great this past year.
Ooh.
He just got a brand new head coach.
Can I turn my mic on?
Go ahead, Joe.
I guess so. I mean, you're in charge.
Tom Brady?
No, forget it. Get low.
You just got a new head coach.
A brand new head coach. Tom Brady is not playing.
He's an owner. Well, not an
owner. Turn the mic off. Turn the mic off. The mic is off. Thank you. On the Warpath has chimed in on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Thank you. Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, 2024 season historically is top 10. He is number 10 All right. So, J-Lo, you're bad. Just done. I'm sorry. You're done. Suave, got to come up with number 9. We're looking for number 6, number 9, and number 3, and number 2. Okay.
And I'm gonna throw this one out. Is it Russell Wilson?
Thank you very much. Russell Wilson is number 2 for his season with Seattle in 2012. Warpath also chimed in on YouTube this morning. Absolutely correct. Justin Herbert is number 3 for what he did in 2020. So that leaves just 2 remaining spots, number 6 and number 9. I'll give you a hint with number 6. We were just talking about this head coach with Soren Petro. He's got a track record of success in the regular season, has not won a Super Bowl since this guy won it for him some 18 years ago.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger back in 2004 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, because he took over for Tommy Maddox when he got hurt.
And
I remember that.
Number 9 may be the greatest quarterback ever to play the game who has never won a Super Bowl. Could be the greatest quarterback.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino back in 1983.
Absolutely.
Danny Marino. So your top 10 rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history: Jaden number 1, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, RG3, CJ Stroud, Roethlisberger back in 2004, Cam Newton, Dak Prescott, Danny Marino, and 1 Caleb Williams. So there you go. Those are your top 10 right there. All right. Any parting thoughts as we go into the break, Suave? J-Lo is banned for the rest of the show, so forget about J-Lo.
Well, since we got about 2.5 minutes, let's go ahead and reset the poll questions, shall we?
Yes, we can, please.
Let's go ahead and get a little bit of music. I want to go ahead and do the ones from yesterday because we didn't need to reset. We didn't do those, and those had some great turnouts. So yesterday we were talking about who y'all want to see in the matchup in the Super Bowl. Number 1, Bills Commanders leading with 56.3%. Well, people want to see the 1992 Super Bowl rematch again. Next one, we talk about the Commander slogan, "Raise Hell." Is it a whack slogan? Forget y'all. I know all y'all voters, because 53.3% says yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Next, yes, whatever.
Next, no. I don't know what it means. What does it mean? Raise what?
Raise hell.
It's hell.
It's a play on, we got the hell to the Commanders or hell to the Redskins, where you will. So raise hell. It's called genius marketing. Come on, get with me here. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, so I talked about yesterday about Netflix raising their prices, and we wanted to know how much would you be willing to pay to keep the subscription. We had $20, $25, $30, or just simply over it. Leading at 63.6% says people are just over it with the prices for Netflix.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. And now let's go to the ones for today. So Marlon Humphrey has comments about the Chiefs. Are the fans just tired of the Chiefs? 100% says yes, they are. And the next one, the NBA is playing in France. I mean, come on, are we a fan of the NBA? Leading at 100%? No, nobody's a fan of the NBA. Next one, the Chiefs. We gotta talk about it. Are they the most hated team in the NFL? Leading at 55.6% go to yes, they are. And then Johnny D want to talk about the seltzer drinking because the Oreos are gonna be selling that 12 ounce for about $6. So he wanted to know: do people still drink non-alcoholic beer? Leading at 77.8% go to yes, people still do.
I think that's a lie. I'm calling a lie on all you people. I have never been at a social event. I kid you not. I've never been at a social event where I've watched somebody drink a non-alcoholic beer. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I've been at one. And I've been at a lot. Never.
All right, and we got 20 seconds to go. Last question. Do you enjoy your bacon soft or crunchy? And leading at 66.7% go to crunchy. And those are the place that post cold questions of the day.
Look, we're out of here. I want to thank all our texts, all our tweets, all our great guests. A reminder, coming up tomorrow, our predictions. It's a Feel Good Football Friday. Seth Joyner, more of your texts, more of your tweets. This has been another installment of the Morning Drive. See you.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Look for a mix of clouds today, partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures above freezing into the mid-30s. For tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with lows dropping back down to the low 20s. For Friday, a little bit warmer as we climb to near 40.